Wow. His draw steps were Wistfulness into Sunderflock. Now there was some other stuff.
There's some lands in between.
So I don't want to. I don't want to downplay it too much. But if you're sitting in Larson's seat, you got to be like, you got to be kidding me.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, forgot.
Ah. Oh no.
Oh God.
Well, at least
I
they're
have
still
no
having
remorse.
fun.
That's, yeah, I would guess. Elemental, please. Go ahead.
All right, Chris Larson on the play this time has the nice cheap interactive spell here for the Ashling that Eduardo has in hand.
Yo, Mochi, what's up, brother?
Out with a deceit here, but actually,
How's the volume?
thinking, what's the worst thing Eduardo can do on turn 2? It's play an elemental, and you do have the removal effect for that this turn. Now, Eduardo has the seed in hand, but doesn't actually have the black mana to actually use the kind of the thought.
Dude, this event has been really interesting, man.
Yeah, actually, Eduardo choosing to go for the evoker.
Yeah, this is the Dimir Excruciator list.
Typical play pattern, but when you play against
2 guys playing this deck made the top 8. The other guy got eliminated the last round. And Chris Larson is still in.
Oh wow, and does not find a land.
And you know what? You know what's interesting, man, is that I just find it really interesting that you and I were discussing the Excruciator the last time that I went live, because I recognized the combo with Arya's song, and nobody's playing the combo with Arya's song in this tournament, but yeah, people brought the Excruciator to the event because of Requiting Hex. I mean, that's basically why, right? Because of Requiting Hex and Spell Snare. Dimir Control, kind of back on the map. But I was thinking that that Dimir might not be the best color combination for it because there's no fast land, right? There's only 2 dual lands, the Shock land and the Verge land. But they brought it anyway. Multiversal Passage.
That's just the Ashling.
That's right.
And the Superior Spider-Man. So if Excruciator ends up in the graveyard, then you can copy it.
Stories did not find the land, so man, found all the lands in the previous game, played a Wistfulness, Andrew for turn, and failed to find a land.
Dude, I like this Elementals deck, though, that Eduardo's playing. And a couple of the other guys are playing it. I like this deck a lot.
This is going to be a fully kicked deceit here with the Superior Spider-Man. Oh, Wistfulness might be better, actually.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah, it's really cool. The Roaming Throne just makes all these triggers double happen, you know?
He has another one here.
I didn't really like the other Elementals deck, the Spellmentals. There was the Spellmentals with the Eddimer Crab and the Hearth Elemental. I didn't really like that one. A couple of content creators have already made videos on it, but I'm not a fan of that one.
Coming into effect here, the Superior Spider-Man Elemental Beatdown package.
Just what he drew up.
I mean, Chris Larson's...
Yeah, I like this one a lot better. The Is It Elementals one. The Spellmentals, I don't know. It feels like that deck is a little bit one-sided. It's extremely good against creature decks. It's very good against cub decks. But if you don't play against a cub deck or a creature deck, then... yeah.
Here we go. Deceit, take your best card.
Yeah.
Basically, just take any type of interactive spell.
I think Eddimer Crab, just in general, is a little bit of an underwhelming card.
These cards, Roaming Throne is the only thing that can even block. So yeah, so you take the Roaming Throne as it is a 4/4.
Yeah.
Plays,
dude, Jin was a mess. With the freaking Oculus as well, man. God, I hated playing against that deck, dude. With Jin and Oculus, I absolutely hated that deck.
Kill one of the 4/4s. There's Deceit, but I don't think you're at that point right now. So yeah, he might be interested in just kind of playing some defense here.
Wow.
Killing one of these. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That keeps the decision.
Short-lived.
Well, there's one in the graveyard now.
Yeah,
it's like Eduardo's a little stuck on lands here.
Does he have another Deceit? Oh, just bounce both.
No, you were right, though, Paul. He is playing defense.
But Larson's going to do it again. Right.
Yeah. You want this one?
This is weird.
He's asking if he wants the roaming.
Weird play, huh?
take Ashling. Or
This is weird.
Yeah, this is just delaying the issue, but Eduardo just the one.
I think that's the problem with the elementals deck though, is that it doesn't really have quite as much removal to remove those superior Spider-Mans.
And play this. You get both. It doubles if you pick elemental.
That is hilarious. He's actually
Yeah, it'll just work
considering
double trigger.
going for the roaming throne.
And then on the following turn, copying the deceit to go to turn himself into.
This is such a weird game, bro.
Yeah, the problem. I mean,
This is so
there are
weird.
already 2 deceits in the yard, so like,
Right.
it doesn't really solve a problem. But
Yeah, but getting a 4/4.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit more inspired to make that Excruciator deck, but I might have to make it a Demir deck, you know, using
We're
these
just gonna take one of the cards in
these
your
pro decks as examples. I feel like there's a few I want to try with the Aria's
So if
song,
Eduardo
man.
draws a land, I mean, that
I think
does
that's
give
just
him
a
4
really
point
good
play and
combination.
some life to gain. That
You
is
can
a
play
plan.
Beseech
All
the
right, so
Mirror.
he has one play.
Beseech the Mirror will help you tutor
Play
up
out the
either
Vibrance. I
card.
mean, alternatively, you could just kill the Superior Spider-Man, but then all you would have is a Sunderflock in your hand.
I also think I might have made a small breakthrough with Demir midrange. I have a good win rate with it right now.
Yeah.
I might have actually figured it out.
I don't know why I got it.
Dude, Demir midrange did not have a very good showing at this event. There were a couple of them, though, that almost made the top 8.
a little weird. Larson
But in
found
general,
Superior
pretty bad.
Spider-Man over in the graveyard, but it was supposed to be bounced.
yeah.
Right.
But I think I might have figured something out.
Oh, he's just getting a land here. Okay.
Looks a lot different from my other versions, though.
Play it.
Oh,
He's gonna try to turn
right.
off
Cut you off.
the-
Yeah.
Deceit
Because he
from-
knows about the second Spider-Man.
Right,
Yo, what's up, Yo-Yo?
but there's a vibrance now.
How many cards?
Not
Right.
nearly as bad,
Yeah.
but if Larson's just interested
Yeah.
in getting some power.
I gotta say, Mochi, like,
Anything that's not
Yeah.
good mana.
I'm really surprised that the pros here that brought Demir midrange did not play more fairies.
18, I suppose.
It was like I saw
Dead just
a
yet.
couple of flittering nuisances here and there,
Winter Nights
and then
has
Bitter
a
Bloom
match
Bearer.
as well.
and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, this is
I think
just a
like
really, really
one
tough-
deck played like
tough
one
fight
copy
here.
of Gleamer Gifter, which is insane.
Chris
That is
Larson might be
insane.
looking to cast the
Like,
stock up he just drew,
I
maybe
don't know.
another
I think
evasion tactics,
I
perhaps
do think
another
Demir
fun-
midrange is not a very good deck anymore, and I could see a lot of pros not wanting to play it. But of the pros that did play it, I was very surprised. Right? No, exactly. No Dream Thief, very little Spell Stutters, very little Gleamer Gifters, and not that many Nuisances. I just don't get that.
Larson knows about the Sunderflock and the vibrance, but not the breeding.
Yeah, I took a break as well, Yo-Yo. I haven't been playing as much Standard on Arena anymore.
Oh, he's got 7.
I've been playing a little bit here and there.
It seems like, and now he's
Lorwyn Eclipsed is really cool.
up a stock up here, so
I really like this set, but I think the problem is, man, that it's kind of made the decks that were already strong a little bit stronger. And I don't think it's shaken things up quite enough yet, or at least people haven't figured it out. But this Is It Elemental deck that Eduardo's playing is really cool. Plays a lot of Lorwyn Eclipse cards.
14?
But it's a really good set.
Attack for 4.
Oh, okay.
7 cards.
Yeah, there'll definitely be more ninjas in TMNT for sure.
And he played the rest
And
of the
Kaido will.
Giants hand, so
Both
7
Kaidos might be
cards.
played, man.
There are 7 cards in hand, all spells.
Oh, did they leak them? Did they leak that many already? I know I saw some leaks. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been keeping up because I'm not that enthusiastic for to play the turtles. I don't really care, but oh, you're right. Yeah, sneak is the new mechanic. Yeah.
Land to have.
So I haven't really been keeping up though.
This is embarrassing. All right, here you go.
This game has picked up a little bit. It was going a little slow when Eduardo was short on lands, but now that he has them,
So many cards, right?
So
I mean,
many
just,
deceits.
right? All the deceits, and, you know, Eduardo's elementals kind of betraying him here with. the
dude,
superior
I didn't
Spider-Man.
even look at it, man.
You'll never get
Dude, this elemental deck really is something though. Look at all these Cavern of Souls, and you can use the Vibrance to go get it. Vibrance lets you tutor up any land, so you can just go get Cavern of Souls.
It's not going to take much for Chris Larson.
I was saying to you guys when I was doing the other streams that I think Demolition Field is going to be more important with more Cavern of Souls being played, because Elementals is tribal now, Kithkin, Fairies, Allies. So I think Demolition Field is a little bit more valuable. But look, when you have like multiple caverns, it doesn't even matter, right? Because you got Vibrance to go tutor up as many caverns as you want. Oh, he actually resolved the Superior Spider-Man. Excruciator is on the field. And the Restless Reef. See that, guys? Chris has the Restless Reef, so he's going to mill him out.
I don't want you to underflock me. I just want to keep the board as clear as possible. And Eduardo, you need to have bounce off to deal with Restless Reef. That is the only instant speed interaction.
Gating too much life, right? Yeah, man.
With either of the two attackers that he's already got.
Take free, go to 14.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What am I doing? I should keep the
bounce off mana up.
You have a bounce off. I know.
This is hilarious. They know what each other has.
Wow.
I mean,
not great. And he's seen enough. That is
it's hilarious. These guys are like two kids, dude, playing in like an LGS or something.
With value there. The deceit after deceit after deceit really got the job done.
Yeah, and the Superior Spider-Man's just doing so much work in this matchup. You know, Eduardo has to be kind of careful with when he kind of evokes out his elementals, because at any given point, Chris Larson can just play the Spider-Man and just kind of take the cards out of Eduardo's hand. So again, this matchup
Superior Spider-Man, I guess, like kind of
but it's still 1-1, so it can go
it almost it's not really a counter to somebody who's playing the evoke elementals, but if you play Superior Spider-Man, aka Cavero, and your opponent's playing the elementals, then they have to be wary of like, oh wow, if this thing ends up when this thing ends up in the graveyard, they can literally copy it with Superior Spider-Man. Yeah, this event's been interesting, guys. I'm surprised that the Cub decks have done pretty bad, but I think that's just because so much of the field was playing against them or playing to beat them. Like, I still think I've been a little bit irked, a little bit peeved by the commentary during this event, because they've been like glorifying Standard and glorifying like how good the format is and everything. And it just totally neglects the fact that the reason why the Cub decks are not doing so good in this event is because so many of the other decks were built to beat them, like the Spelementals. Spelementals is built to beat them. Is it Lessons inherently is kind of built to beat them, but the Cub decks can get around it by playing better tutor up cards, right? Whether it be like Surak or Reclamation Sage, etc. And this Dimir Excruciator list is definitely built to beat the Cub decks. So I don't know. I still think that for us, just playing normally, like playing either on the ladder, there's a difference between like competitive Magic and then just Standard. You know what I mean? Like competitive Standard and then just regular Standard. For competitive Standard, it seems like it's in a better place because these teams can literally, the decks kind of get funneled down to only like a few archetypes. It's not as wide of a range. And people know like what the top card to beat is. It's Badgermole Cub. So if you could beat Badgermole Cub, you beat half the field, right? Whereas for us, just regularly playing, it's like, well, you have to just build a deck to like play on Arena or play with your friends or play at events or local events or whatever. And it's like, because you have to account for a bigger pool and you need a deck that wins really quickly, then if you go up against Badgermole, you can build your deck to go up against Badgermole Cub, but then you'll lose to any other deck that's trying to do some unfair combo. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Is still good, but it's not as good as it was. Like the Lessons deck did not perform as well this weekend. People have gotten better at playing against it. And the other Is It decks didn't do that good. Is It Looting? Is It Blink? They all did pretty bad.
Anything to grab onto for our viewers
But
about how
this
to make
Is
a
It
build
Elementals
for the
deck is good.
subsequent games here?
And then there was Is It Spelementals that did really good as well, but that's because they were just targeting Badgermole Cub. None of the Spelementals made it into the top 8. But the Spelementals deck had the best win rate this weekend because it was targeting Badgermole Cub, which was almost like half the field. I think Badgermole Cub was like 46% of the decks that were played. So if you beat 46% of the decks, right, then of course you're going to have a good win rate. I don't know, man. It's just... I really don't think that these events are a good representation of A, how healthy Standard actually is, and B, how much fun it is to play, you know, and how easy it is to build different decks.
That one gets to stay around. But the look at my hand one.
That would be bad if you misclick there.
But I'm very interested in this Excruciator now.
Flame Braider is the follow-up. Very powerful ramp spell.
Already see 2 sideboard cards here.
I will say that I'm glad that there's 2 control decks in the top 8. There's Jeskai control and then this Dimir Excruciator deck, which is also basically a control deck.
Bitter Triumph, well, you better pay Ward 4.
Would you guys consider Is It Lessons a control deck? Because there was a Lessons deck in the top 8. The guy just got eliminated in the previous round.
Eduardo, however, really wants land number 4 here to be able to play out that roaming throne in hand.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't. I don't consider Lessons a control deck. It's a mid-range deck.
Post-board plan here, especially now, heavily on the control side. He's got 2 removal spells and a sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, there's
yeah.
more shoot the sheriffs that come in out of the sideboard.
I agree, Mochi.
Also 2 copies of Duress to help fight through whatever counter magic Eduardo might have.
And look at this. He drew both for Quieting Hex and actually found targets for both. That's a card that can get awkward late in the game.
Yeah, it's just so important for those Flame Braiders to stay on the battlefield. But in this field, it's not easy. Everybody was prepared to deal with Badgermole Cub, so on the same...
That's a Springleaf Drum, right? Isn't that a Springleaf Drum on Eduardo's side? Oh, no, it's a Lantern.
Because this deck is...
I thought it was an old Springleaf Drum art.
Literally, but its lands are.
All right, finds a land here, though. Gets the roaming throne in play. Now, Chris Larson,
yeah,
however,
there's yeah, Marco. Marco made it. He's playing Jeskai control. I like Marco. Marco's a good player.
I believe he has the ability to collect evidence and remove all roaming thrones.
He does.
Playing 4 copies of Jeskai Revelation, man.
He's going to want to get rid of all of the ones in Eduardo's deck. Doesn't have any in hand.
So destroys this one. See if I'm hitting this. I'm definitely destroying this one, and I'm see if I collected this at the others.
He collected evidence, right? Yeah. Exiled the Deceit. Gonna get rid of Roaming Throne.
It's one of the more annoying creatures to deal with, and now he gets to take a look at the hand here. Still a solid grip of cards here from Eduardo. You have the Wistfulness and you have the Unagi, but he does not have to worry about double triggers from the Roaming Throne.
Unagi.
My shuffle, he was like, "No, you shuffle the whole thing," and then he took it and shuffled. I was like, "All right, not really what I meant."
Yeah.
So Eduardo would just love to probably just maybe find an untapped.
I mean, there was one game when he actually needed like almost all 4. He used 3 copies to win the game.
Does find a land, but it is a tapped land here. So and just going for the Winter Night Stories here instead. Another.
Yeah, so Eduardo's going to have a tough time now because the Roaming Thrones are gone. The Roaming Thrones are how this deck plays unfair, you know? You get double triggers on your evoked creatures. Well, actually, even if you play the full cost for one, then you get double triggers on both triggers. It's 4 triggers.
This is tough because every creature is good. So... Oh, and it does enter tap, though, so he can't play it this turn. But every creature is good, so it's like, what do you want to discard, right? It's like, do I want to...
Yeah, man.
Every single
I mean,
just gives you
losing those Roaming Thrones is really big.
Now, the Wistfulness...
I feel like,
just a 6/5, and it does.
yeah, I feel like Chris is just gonna kind of run away with this one. What is that card? I don't know. I forget what that card is. The Insatiable Avarice. What is that? I forgot what that is.
Because of the colors, although Larson
Right.
points out that it
Insatiable Avarice.
right, and it's still exiled, of course. So.
And remove the deceit also makes it so.
All right,
has
land off the
Spider-Man.
top means that Doomsday Excruciator is going to hit the battlefield here.
Is there a
Yeah, it
restless
sure
reef?
does. Insatiable Avarice. It's from Thunder Junction.
But there
It's
was
a
an
spree
insatiable
card.
avarice.
Search your library for a card, shuffle, put that card on top. Oh, so it's basically Beseech the Mirror.
Yeah, now the pressure's on. That wistfulness not looking so
And then
great
the other
anymore.
one is target player draws 2 cards and loses 3 life. Okay, so it's just a better Beseech the Mirror because you can pay only 3 instead of 4.
Not
Interesting.
have 2 blue for
I would like to
wistfulness.
play a 5-mana 6/5. This is where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fine to do this.
Yeah. If you pay 2 blue, you have to draw the 2. But all these options, all these lands have the option to tap for colorless as well.
Oh, so he didn't tap the blue, which was smart, so he didn't have to draw 2.
Don't have a restless.
Yeah. Does have an
There's no
insatiable
Restless Reef in play, yeah. How is Chris going to close this game without a Restless Reef? Oh, just, I guess, Doomsday Excruciator damage.
No longer
But he
needed.
draws 2 cards a
Gonna wait
turn.
until the final turn to fire off that avarice if he needs.
Right, that's a lot of mana. You just
Right.
don't want to give Eduardo any extra things.
Yeah, there is the Unagi.
Yeah.
If you play the Unagi, I think you have to draw extra
You
cards.
do. That is not amazing.
So it's like if you play it now and the Excruciator draws Christopher Larson.
Yeah, I
and
can't
extra
play
cards, then Eduardo
Unagi.
would Draw 2 cards.
So that's kind of dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are instances where this card is good, but I think this Excruciator is just going to get it done.
Yeah, they're both at
Elaborate.
4.
And Eduardo looked down at Wistfulness and Unagi and is like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's playing the tactics like, can you just play out to Unagi here?
Yeah, I mean, Eduardo can't play either of these, really.
4 cards? Is this 4 cards left?
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah.
It's two for Larson.
So Chris just wants to see the hand, make sure the coast is clear. You can target your opponent with Insatiable Avarice. Eduardo doesn't have anything that has haste in his deck.
Exactly.
So he'll draw the last card for the turn, and then he'll be dead on the following turn cycle.
Exactly. So he can just
Yeah.
fire it off.
So seemingly, Eduardo's going to be dead here before Chris draws out because he can draw 2 cards next turn.
It's not elemental, is it? No.
No.
It does cost.
Serpent, but
Yeah. Garbage.
Hmm.
I mean, none of these.
Right.
cards
Interesting.
even-
You're at
and the
50.
Yeah, so I've been,
is literally
the last time I streamed Yo-Yo,
Roaming throne, you can
Mochi mentioned a card from Lorwyn called Silk Song Aria, something like that.
Exactly.
And at first I was like, how the hell do you use this card? And then I remembered, oh wait, you can use Doomsday Excruciator because it forces them to tutor up a card, an extra card, and you can't draw cards. So they would run out of cards first, no matter what, unless they get rid of that enchantment.
A counter spell.
And I was thinking like, that can work as long as you have a way to tutor it up. So I was like, okay, you can play Beseech the Mirror, but Insatiable Avarice is actually a better tutor because it's only 3 mana.
Maybe that gives you time.
I mean, you don't put it into your hand, you put it on top of your library, but still.
I mean, Christopher Larson's very, very much ahead, but it actually does choose to wait here.
Only 3 mana to do that. Because the thing with Beseech the Mirror is that you can bargain it and then put that card onto the battlefield. But you don't have, like, I wouldn't pay the bargain. I would just put it into my hand to have the tutor. But if I'm just going to tutor, then the Avarice is better.
That's better because he can't draw a counterspell and a removal spell.
Right.
Yeah, so this game is going to end now.
All right, you can run out the deceit here first if you'd like.
Yeah, and
Oh,
this
finds
is
the
Bounce
so
off.
This is why Christopher played it this way. Is he has deceit just to be extra sure because there is one under the card. He has every single base covered as Christopher Larson.
Yep.
He gets to look at the hand.
And then he's just going to, yeah, make him draw cards. Exactly.
I mean, there was a glimmer of hope there for Eduardo, right?
There really
Larson had
actually
no
was.
cards left in his
Yes.
library. He needed to have Insatiable Avarice as the last card.
Holy smokes, that was another close one.
No idea how to use
like that defense.
Excruciator.
Once it
Yeah,
comes out,
man.
like, everything
The
gets
game
real
ends,
intense.
right?
I mean, it works in this deck because then you use Restless Reef to mill out the last cards, or the Avarice, because the Avarice, you can use it on your opponent to make them draw cards, you know? So that's a way to do it. But when there's a break in the broadcast, Yo-Yo, I'll show you. I'll show you the Aria enchantments, and I'll explain my idea. I think it can definitely work. Mochi and I kind of pieced it together the last time I streamed. It's a cool idea. I want to see if it actually works. I was originally thinking that it would be either an Orzhov or Golgari because then you have more access to dual lands. Because there's 3 dual lands in the Golgari and Orzhov colors now, whereas Dimir only has 2. Well, I guess it's 3 including the Restless Reef, but it's 4 in Golgari and Orzhov, right, including the Restless lands.
Right. If he does, then you can just play out Flamebreaker
Yeah.
plus land.
Golgari got a real boost with the Overgrown Tomb. And I want to see if Faku joins the stream again, because I want to ask him what he did in his event. I think he said he was playing an event this weekend, and he and I were possibly discussing which deck he would play, and I think he might have settled on Golgari midrange, the same one that he showed you guys in the Discord that I helped him put together. Golgari midrange has something, man. It was a sleeper. It's a sleeper build that nobody brought to this Pro Tour, which I'm very surprised about.
The reason he can say that is
I think there was like a couple of Golgari decks, but they weren't exactly mid-range. There was something else.
If he had a removal spell, he would kill the Flamebreaker and take the Roaming Throne, right? It would be very easy. That's what he would do. The fact that he's tanking, Eduardo can surmise that there is, in fact,
there's no removal spell, yeah. Yeah.
These 2 players, they both have a flair for the dramatic. They're both just really fun to watch. I mean, this is a dream matchup.
Testing must be really fun. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All good? You can just pick them up.
Yeah, this is going to be a little rough for Chris here. He's only got Winter Night Stories.
Did find a land actually, so you can actually.
Eduardo can cast the Roaming Throne, yeah, and then possibly evoke the Vibrance, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
And we are still 2 turns away. Right. We are 2 turns away from Deadly Cover-Up, right?
10-2 with my Golgari list in the last few times I played. Interesting. Seriously slept on. Interesting.
Yeah, he was talking about maybe I could try to.
Interesting. That's cool, man.
Here, but boy, it's got to be tempting.
Yeah, so I had a Golgari midrange list when Avatar came out. I think that was like the 3rd video I did after the set came out with the Cub. And then I was with, playing the Vibrance. That's interesting. You know what? That makes sense. And I was helping one of the guys in Discord. His name is Faku. He's been in the stream a few times with a Golgari list because he wasn't sure about playing Dimir. Because Dimir mid-range feels a little bit weak right now. And I was like, man, what about Golgari? Because he had a lot of the physical cards, because he was going to go to an event. He had a lot of the physical cards for Golgari. And we put it together a list that I thought was like, dude, this thing is actually might be a banger, man. With the Mutable Explorer and the Cub and the Overgrown Tomb and the Hex. Like, those are 4 really important pieces right there.
The very, very next level. Oh no, another demon there? Well,
okay,
I guess one can go away.
Would love to find a Wrath here. Founds the require. Oh, 2 requiring
hexes.
Okay. Gonna fire 1 off surely on the Flamebreaker.
Funny enough, just a turn late. Big difference though.
Yeah, I do think Mutable Explorer is good because it is a demon and it ramps you up, it gives you the mutable to get an extra land. This is looking pretty good for Eduardo right now, isn't it?
Did he just find another Vibrance here?
Does seem to be the case.
Okay, I mean that's a lot of damage, right? If you play that,
maybe. I think Faku had 1 formidable speaker in the list, and we were discussing possibly putting in 2 speakers. So pretty good pieces from Lorwyn Eclipsed for the Golgari, a couple speakers, some Mutable Explorers, Overgrown Tomb, Requiting Hex. Those are good pieces for Golgari midrange, man. Definitely think Golgari midrange is a sleeper hit right now that people are not paying attention to.
Deadly Cover-Up. Deadly Cover-Up would be nice. And that is another land.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I figured. Here comes Excruciator, man.
Backup here, right?
Oh, and the reef. Oh my God. That's it. That is it. There's no way.
Can't play out the Winter Night Stories anymore.
Well, can Chris block? Yeah, he can. He can afford to block one of these Vibrances. Oh, that's it. It's over. You might have to leave a Vibrance back to block. No, you can't.
Goes to 6.
Goes to 6.
There is a lethal attack, though, with the roaming throne. So if Larson just activates with the Restless Reef...
Oh, that's true, yeah. So actually, Larson can't attack here, really. He needs a removal spell, and the Hex will not do it.
Still needs to find a way to deal with at least one of these threats.
But he does have the ability...
But he's not drawing an extra card because the Excruciator died. You know, the copied Excruciator died.
He's going to go to 4, then one of the 4/4 still gets in for the win.
So he needs to find a swamp,
untap land,
or a sweeper,
deadly cover up,
right,
or a spot removal spell. There's a lot of good cards here for Christopher Larson.
Yeah, he actually has a lot of good draws here, but
sweeper removal spell.
Yeah, Bitter Triumph, Superior Spider-Man, Deceit.
Spider-Man.
What an interesting match, man. This is really cool.
Another Shockland or a Restless Reef.
What an interesting match.
But even if he does, Eduardo still could be live to some of those, especially if this is just an untapped land.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bounce off for the win.
What is this be?
It's a swamp.
Oh, we do a swamp. Okay. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding.
Find a bounce off
something, some way to get
you gotta be kidding.
By the way, you can just cast Winter Night Stories here and just go for the win, right?
Oh,
you got 3 cards, because the Restless Reef's going to go off anyways. Might as well draw the cards here and find an answer to go for the win here. Do you have
That's true. He's right. Or Paul's right. You gotta try to draw 3 cards and get something. Get Deceit, get bounce off. You have to.
He's got 4 cards left.
Yeah, you have to.
All right.
This does every color.
What is left?
Yeah, just making sure that he has the right colors available.
Just being super careful here.
He's smiling.
By keeping up 2 blue, play Deceit.
Definitely need red, blue.
Oh, man.
He needs red for Vibrance.
Vibrance for red, because that would also be lethal.
Oh, right. Vibrance as well, yeah.
Bounce off. Those are the free cards.
That's so we came up with 2, Eduardo. It is very rare that you cast.
Yeah, he's just checking to make sure he has the right colors available.
And if the last cards bounce off, that would also work if you played it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's see what is that? Oh, he's revealing it. Look, he's revealing the. What the hell is going on?
Number 5.
Mystery card.
Oh my God.
That was the last card too.
Was the last card. Oh, what a game. I mean, look, when you play the Excruciator, it kind of forces your hand. Eduardo goes, all right, let's go.
Okay, so he, in case you missed it, he only had 4 cards left in his library because of the Excruciator. But Eduardo had Winter Night Stories. So he didn't have an answer to the Doomsday Excruciator that was on the field yet. So he's like, all right, I'm going to cast Winter Night Stories and draw a few cards and hope to get something. But if he misses, then he's dead because he only has 1 card left. So the last card that he revealed was a Deceit. And he can pay 2 blue mana to bounce the Doomsday Excruciator on the other side, and then swing for lethal with the Roaming Throne and the Vibrance.
We might actually just see a turn 3 Insatiable Avarice just to draw some cards here.
That was crazy. You talk about using every resource you got, right?
Let's start here.
He drew Unagi off the top, starting town. Go.
Okay. It's a little bit slow, though.
I go? Yeah.
Okay, keeps up shoot the Sheriff.
Larson's got a decent hand, though, with the Avarice and the Shoot the Sheriff and Doomsday.
Flamebreaker probably would be the best case for Christopher.
And the thing is, there's not really another good play here if you're Eduardo, right? Just looking at his hand. You can't Disdainful Stroke something next turn anyways.
Yeah. So the game wasn't over, or the match wasn't over, but he extended the hand anyway because it's just like, yo, right?
I suppose. Oh. If you think, I mean, Chris Larson has at least 6 removal spells.
Yeah, they've been doing that for the past, I don't know, year or something. They've been asking competitors to list the genders. So sometimes they say him, sometimes they say something else.
Larson has...
No, the best match of all time was like when LSV, Luis Scott Vargas, hit gut shot off the top of the deck for the win because he would have lost the next turn. It's like that was like the only draw that he could have gotten.
So now Eduardo will get...
Actually, I don't know if that's true. Because I forget if that match went to 5 games or not, but...
Probably something... Okay.
That's the pit.
When I play GPs, I haven't done it because I always just look at the top card, like, when I fetch.
Then you don't have to bother fetch.
Yeah.
There was also a match... Not...
It doesn't matter.
Oh my God, there's a screaming kid in my hallway. There was also a match not in this Pro Tour. I want to say the previous one, though, like at Worlds, when one of the Jeskai control players was down to, like, they were going to lose the next turn, and then they top decked Lightning Helix to win the game. That was also pretty cool.
This is painful, though. You do take 5 damage here with the Watery Grave.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Gut shot. What a card. New Phyrexia.
No pressure. Ooh, that is a great collection of cards there. Found a Superior Spider-Man and a Deceit.
Back up to the full 7 here for Larson.
Yeah, and now
Look at these hands, guys.
Interested in playing out a 2-drop? Nope.
Dude, both of their hands are loaded right now.
He just wants to be mana efficient. So Winter Night Stories.
Oh, because you took 1 for you and not your 22.
There is a Vibrance in the graveyard already, too. But probably not going to use Superior Spider-Man in that. I mean, it seems like Larson's definitely going to play Deceit here. And you can copy it with Superior Spider-Man on the next turn. Yeah. Yep, double black. Take any one of these. I would probably take the Disdainful Stroke. I would probably take the Disdainful Stroke so that then I can Superior Spider-Man the next turn.
Arguably a liability, but
I'll write it down.
Yeah,
looks a lot better here.
Yeah, but can't play it next turn.
Right?
Yeah, man. That was cool. The Helix off the top. I like Marco's play in this event, man. Jeskai control player who's in the semifinals. He's a really good player. I'm looking forward to his next match. Dude, this match has been awesome, guys. Like, and I think it's kind of cool that both of them are like just having a good time, joking around. Like, they're literally like 2 kids, like playing in a little game store, you know. But I don't know. I'm also a very competitive person, and whenever I play in paper, I'm like very stone cold and just, you know, very antithetical to my usual personality.
This is really tough because there's 7 cards in Eduardo's hand. How do you see this game playing out? There's lots of different directions this game can go.
I'm very surprised that he's not just taking the Disdainful Stroke, man. Oh, he did. Okay.
Is it going to be one of those games where if I enact my game plan and just get that Excruciator in play, will I just win the game from that spot?
No, I think you gotta.
Play a tapped Reef, so he is effectively tapped out this turn, but he did end up taking this.
Got the Reef in play.
Okay.
Doomsday Excruciator, Superior Spider-Man. It's looking good.
Spider-Man on Deceit next turn.
Right.
And try to take away that Unagi at the least.
Okay, so not keeping up Shoot the Sheriff this turn.
Right, he played a tapped Reef instead.
I suppose he thinks if he goes for
Yeah, the foil Ashling over there.
Save the creature anyways with the bounce off. So might as well save. Maybe this is a good opportunity to kind of preserve your life total and play a land tapped.
Very interesting event.
That Deceit for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly what's up.
Yeah.
Having a recursion here, so just wants to make sure that he can tap for all the colors.
Probably not copying Flame Braider.
Definitely won't be doing that.
It's more important that I prevent one.
Yeah, very interesting event.
Collect evidence or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that cuts off that line of play now from Larson.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is a deadly cover-up.
Deadly cover-up. Can't collect evidence, though, obviously.
Kind of want that.
I mean, I think just shoot it. Just play Shoot the Sheriff, I think.
So
Yeah.
Shoot the Sheriff.
Letting it resolve, but
And just play a tapped land, yeah. I mean,
still no pressure just yet.
yeah, there's nothing really happening. Plays Unagi, then you can play Deadly Cover-Up, maybe.
Right.
What are you going to do to stop it, right?
Give it to me. I'll do it for you.
Or do you just run out a Wistfulness here, develop your board, still have a 6/5?
I probably would not play the Wistfulness.
Now with this reef in
I'd
play,
probably hold up Unagi.
Chris Larson does have the ability here to just play out a Doomsday Excruciator next turn if he wants. And Chris has nearly perfect information here.
Yeah.
Does know that the Unagi is a card that Eduardo has, and it has the bounce off as well.
I think playing Excruciator here is too risky.
Eduardo decides to go for Unagi, right? He just goes land go, and then Chris just goes Doomsday Excruciator.
Right. So
like,
if you
really want to
feel
play
like
that
that is
Unagi?
something, if you feel like
I think Excruciator is too risky.
then perhaps it's better to draw your cards now and just play the Wistfulness this turn.
It also
and try to
interacts
sculpt
better
a good
with
hand.
the Excruciator.
Right.
Being 6 power.
This is
Yeah, I feel like if Eduardo could see his hand, that would be
Right.
clear. He is having to try to figure out what the chances are of these different things happening. There's no Excruciators in the yard.
Yeah, this is a really tough spot for Eduardo. This is going to be
Yeah, I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't even play the Excruciator if I'm Larson.
5 drop he chooses to play this.
So
turn.
is it go? Oh, and he passed
Okay.
the turn back.
He says go.
Oh, this is
All right, let's see what happens. I mean,
Eduardo. We talked about this in the prior game. Once the demon's on the battlefield, if you do play the Unagi, you are forced to draw the
He's
extra
going for
card.
all right.
The demon does.
He took the disdainful stroke. He's like, all right, let's go for this.
6.
And he's going
All
to
right.
play out the Unagi.
He's playing out the Unagi, and he has a bounce off. Can
He does have bounce off, yeah. I mean,
damage in here.
I don't think that was the turn to play the Excruciator, guys.
Also, so that will be 1 turn fewer.
I mean, obviously Larson doesn't know Eduardo's hand, but still,
Bounce off the reef, you can't
I don't
even
know
attack
about
this
that.
turn.
Right.
That's a Vibrance. That is a way to finish off the Excruciator.
I think you might have to save the bounce off, though, for the reef, maybe?
That's interesting.
Okay, he's going for the bounce
Mm.
off. Attack for 5, put you to 10.
Oh, but then you can use Unagi to block.
Which does actually produce lethal, right?
Right? Actually, you can. Oh, no, you don't want to play Wistfulness because then you. Don't. Wait.
Just no blue.
No blue.
Oh, no
I was
blue.
like, he's just playing a 6/5.
Deadly
There's
cover
the
up.
Sweeper with deadly cover up.
So now
Yeah,
there's
see,
no
that was the
pressure
mistake
coming
that
in,
Eduardo just made. He
and
should
there's
not
a
have
restless
played
reef
that
can go
Wistfulness.
off next turn here.
It just needs to get in once
It
after
just
that
needs
turns
to make
over.
one attack and bounce off
No, I couldn't.
is the only card
Nope.
that Eduardo has.
How can Eduardo possibly come up with 10 damage from this board
He
state?
needs to draw another bounce off. Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be another.
Actually, I
bounce
think
off
maybe
and
playing the
Vibrance
bounce
gets
off was the
damage in.
mistake. I think I would have bounced the
But even
Restless
then, I
Reef
don't
and
know
just
if
left the
Chris
demon.
Larson has more threats in hand here.
Yeah, I think that was. I think maybe actually, yeah. I don't think playing that Wistfulness was that bad. It was playing the bounce off,
He has
man.
to go for it.
You got to bounce the
There's
reef
also
there
lingering
instead of
pulse,
bouncing
so you
the
can
demon.
Surveil, see if you do have a
Because if
bounce
you
off.
don't
You're
if you
just
don't
trying to
bounce the
survive that
demon, then
turn.
Larson might
You
lose
can
because he
pressure
draws 2 cards a turn.
Larson.
Larson also has the Excruciator that he could replay if he just needed a blocker.
Ooh,
But
he's
really,
keeping
he needs to get that reef in there the one time.
Yeah, because if you play Soul Guide Lantern and sack to draw a card, you
Mhm.
won't have the mana to even cast the Vibrance this turn.
Right.
So there's just no creatures.
And the reef is that, like, next turn lethal. Like,
Right.
if he gets it
So
turned
he's-
sideways, you're just dead.
Exactly, and so you need the mana.
Yeah,
to bounce
you can
off
play the
those attacks
Vibrance
to
as a
deal
blocker,
damage.
of course, but
man. It's really feeling like there's no way out here for Eduardo. This is
Yeah.
five
he just
of
he
our
just
first
messed up by playing that
semifinals.
bounce off.
And as we've seen,
I mean, look, we have perfect information, and
Excruciator
well, I guess
is
playing the
battlefield
bounce off on the
every
demon instead of the
single
reef.
turn has a
But we have perfect
amplified
information. He doesn't,
importance.
but still.
Okay. And then
Yeah, that
He's
throne's not going to
bailed
do
that
anything.
away.
Now we're gonna cycle away the Soul Guide Lantern here.
I'll be at 20.
What is he doing?
I guess he's just looking.
Oh, he's just dead then, right?
Yeah, if
Those are
there's
2 lands and a Vibrance.
Yeah,
if there's no bounce off, then he's just gonna get hit
yeah, he's dead.
by the Restless Reef, and that's gonna leave him with no cards left. He's gonna pass a turn,
I mean,
but I
certainly,
think he's just posturing at this point.
yes, certainly Chris Larson. I mean,
Yeah.
given all the digging, he was given all the.
That's
digging,
it. It's
Larson
over.
likely doesn't have it here.
He's looking to see if there's a deceit somewhere because he just drew Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Larson is at 7 life. Is there another way to win? That's what Chris Larson's thinking. If he has a bounce off, is there a better option?
So one thing about the Excruciator, guys, is that you do have to exile the library face down. And that is important because, like, what if you're trying to figure out what's left in my deck, right? What can I possibly draw? you don't know because literally all of your library is exiled face down except for the bottom 6 cards, right? So you don't even know.
So this is the big decision. If Chris Larson activates...
So it really is random, you know, for the most part, because you have no idea. You can't, you know, run the numbers in your head.
Right? If his hand was Vibrance and Bounce Off, Chris Larson would die.
Yes, that would be exactly 7. That's how he loses. Now, he doesn't know it, but Eduardo does not have the bounce off. Is he going to go for the reef?
Nope, he's not.
He's going to go for the double.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, can he
6-5?
Can he pay not blue for these? Yes, he can.
Yeah,
so
okay,
2 4/4s.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. Dinosaur.
Excellent.
Dinosaur.
He names Dinosaur. Passes a turn back.
But Eduardo had nothing left, right?
No, he didn't. I saw 2 lands in a Vibrance.
Yeah, so just playing it safe works.
Get a dinosaur break.
He wants the label of Dinosaur. And
Yeah, that's it. It's over. Yeah.
Finishes the job.
Yeah, it was that bounce off, man. Eduardo needed to bounce off the reef, not bounce off the demon.
Back and forth. I mean,
Bounce off the reef, man. Cool game, though. These guys are cool. These 2 guys were very, really entertaining and respectful players. And now Larson's in the finals because that was semifinals. Demir Excruciator, man, in the finals.
What I want to say about this Excruciator deck, it makes for some entertaining matches.
It really
does. That last game was really entertaining with the deceit.
Once that thing hits, it's like, especially with that reef, you know, that reef really does apply maximum pressure because it doesn't even need to
the reef is the combo.
You get turned sideways, and all of a sudden your opponent has like a turn maybe to kill you, and they have to get through a demon as well. Really impressive stuff from Christopher Larson, who advances to the finals and who is with Cedric right now.
The Big Dane, Chris Larson, huge.
The Big Dane, man, from Denmark.
Match against Eduardo. Tell me about that win.
Win is sweet. Eduardo is another friend of mine, and like, it's just, I have never played against the elemental deck, and my team came and gave me some good advice. I took the advice and I threw it out of the window and I did something else. That's not entirely true, but some of it is. The elemental deck is like rough, man. It does things. Those new cards are really good. But in the end, when they have 6 cards left in the library, it is hard for them to get there. So going 5 games...
Unless you get a deceit off of a Winter Night Story.
Getting the full experience. But for me to say...
Yeah, I mean, so one of the weaknesses about that Elementals deck, guys, is that it doesn't interact at instant speed, really. You know, you got the Elementals that you can evoke and get double triggers with the Roaming Thrones. That's really awesome. You get so much value and stuff, but it's so many creatures and not enough instant speed interaction.
And I'm just happy to be out playing Magic. I just love this thing. Holy, I love this thing.
Well, there are a few people who love Magic more than Chris. Chris, we're looking forward to watching you in the finals. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you very much, Cedric. Give me a hug.
This guy is just a hugger, man. He's like a big bear. All right, so hold on. Yo-Yo, if you're still here, let me show you this.
Chris Larson hugs. I mean, that's a real hug right there. Chris Larson takes our first final seed. We're going to take a short break when we come back.
Morn Song Aria. That's what it was, Mochi. Morn Song Aria. Okay, so, and I guess not just for Yo-Yo, but for all you guys in here. Let me show you the stuff that's going on here. Yeah, give me 1 second. So... Okay, why is this not big? Okay. All right, so Morn Song Aria. The text says players can't draw cards or gain life, right? Here, wait, let me pull up the Excruciator as well. So Doomsday, Excruciator, MTG, boom. Okay, we'll put these side by side. All right, like that. So here's what I'm thinking. Morn Song Aria. Players can't draw cards or gain life. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it into their hand, and then shuffles. So if you play this, and then the next turn you play Doomsday Excruciator, now you don't get this downside. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. You don't do that. And you don't draw a card for your draw step either. Neither does your opponent. But because this is on the field and you pass the turn with Doomsday Excruciator, they have to tutor their library first. So they have 6 cards, they tutor a card, now they have 5. And then you tutor a card, you have 5, but then they have 4. You see what I mean? They're 1 turn ahead tutoring cards, so they're going to run out before you. And now, I mean, look, if you play Restless Reef, then you can just potentially mill them out. So maybe the Dimir is the way to go just because of the Restless Reef combo, even though you don't get, you get 1 less dual land, but you get the counter spells, right? You get the card draw spells. But so this is the combo. You play this, and then you play this. Your opponent only has 6 cards left. They have to start tutoring first. So they're going to run out of cards 1 turn before you. And they're also losing 3 life a turn. You lose 3 life as well, though. So, because this is for both players, right? So, I guess you have to be careful with that. You know, you might need some way to, like, gain life back. Might need to, like, give this guy lifelink. But, so that's the combo. I want to see if I can make... I've been a little bit inspired now seeing this Dimir Excruciator make it into the finals.
Over on magic.gg/spotlight. It's one of the best days of the year. That is Pro Tour.
Yeah, man. So it was partly Mochi because Mochi said that you know, what do you think about Moonsong Aria? And I didn't remember what the card was, but I had looked at it in the spoilers, right? And then so then I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this card. And I was thinking, he was just here in the stream, and I was just thinking, like, I don't really know how to break this. And I was just sitting here thinking. And yeah, I mean, you just mentioned the card, and I was like, I don't really know how to break this. You know, how do I break this card, the Moonsong Aria? And I was just thinking, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what about Doomsday Excruciator, right? And then I was like, wait a minute, this actually works. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, I don't know. I want to try it. There's a little bit of risk, you know, like if you're already down to low life, then the Moonsong Aria just kills you in like 3 turns, you know, if you don't have enough life to because you lose 3 life each turn. But I feel like there's something there. There's very much something there. And honestly, I was thinking not even necessarily in Dimir, like just playing in Golgari, playing in Orzhov, because you have more dual lands, 1 more dual land. And you might just like play, you know, Candy Trail or Maze Mine Tome just to gain some life. And then you can also play, Beseech the Mirror. And if you sacrifice an artifact, then you can tutor it and just put it into play, right? Put the Moonsong Aria into play. But the only thing you have to be careful with, though, is that the opponent will get 1 turn with the Moonsong Aria before you play the Excruciator, because otherwise you need 9 mana. It's way too much. So when you play the Moonsong Aria, you need an answer, because your opponent's going to get something really good. So you need a removal spell, you need a board wipe, you need a counter spell, something like that. Dimir mid-range. Look at this, guys. There's 1 new card in here. Oh no, I guess Requiting Hex as well, but it's Lockmare. Like, look at this, man.
Finally, we're gonna take a look at Arna Hushambeth. Is it?
Oh, Arna's deck, huh? He didn't do that well this event though. Oh, he did okay, but Springleaf Drum is a good card for this deck. Dude, Mochi, man, I tried. You were here when I was trying the different builds, and I tried Lockmare. I really like that card. It's just not powerful enough, man. It's not powerful enough, even though it's really good. I do think it's better than Preacher of the Schism. But so, you know, I think I figured it out, guys. I think I have a Dimir mid-range deck that is going to do well enough. I have like a 70-something% win rate with it right now. And I think dude, I got these 2 laughing like really loud. I got a kid screaming outside in my hallway. So I think I figured out Dimir mid-range. About a 70-something% win rate, like 76 or 77 or something like that. And very different build than what I've done before. But I think I figured it out. And it's not what these pros are playing either. I think that I think the fact that the pros are not playing Glamour Gifter, there's not a lot of Flitterwing Nuisance. I think they're really missing out. I even saw a list that weren't playing Spell Snare. So I'm like, dude, like Spell Snare is a perfect card for Dimir mid-range.
Road here to the top 8 on the Sunday stage. He actually beat Marco in round number 13, so this is a bit of a grudge match here.
Yeah, this was the guy who I think had the best record with Dimir. This guy right here. He went the farthest.
Kind of a different one, but it was pretty outstanding on day 1, Monty.
Yeah, it started out absolutely fantastic, and then you could see in day 2 is when the wheels started.
I don't know if you guys can hear this kid screaming in the hallway, man. Really loud.
Loss in draft right at the ship initially, and then it was lose a winning in, lose a winning in, lose a winning in, and we've seen that story time and time.
This is the guy I'm really looking forward to watching, guys. Marco with Just Guy Control. He had a tough streak right here. But I really like this guy, the way that he plays. I think he's a very good player.
Here's a look at the players and their journey here to the top 8. Now tell me about this matchup, Monty.
All right, so we're going to
Yeah, man.
Harmonizer from Tony and Team Sanctum of All. This is a really cool deck that they brought, and it is essentially a combo deck. This is
I like Tony Portalon a lot. One of my favorite players. And he's got a cool deck. You know, it's Harmonizer, Landfall, but splashing in the red for some more removal spells. I mean, I gotta be honest though. I think one thing that he's really missing here. Why is he not playing Frostcliff Siege? Like, that's a huge. I don't think like you need the bro. Can we put the sideboard a little bit lower, please? The Thunder Magic. All right. Well, now I don't get to see the deck. The Thunder Magic. Like, why play the Thunder Magic instead of Frostcliff Siege? You know, I think Frostcliff Siege is a big missing piece there in Tony's deck, the Teamer one.
High impact cards, but the biggest weakness coming out of this Jeskai control build when it comes to this matchup is there isn't that much instant speed removal. Yet Lost will have to do a lot of heavy lifting because cards like Lightning Helix just
That was one of the worst comments I've ever heard, guys. Jeskai Control doesn't have a lot of instant speed removal. It has 8 instant speed removal spells. 4 Lightning Helix, 4 Get Lost. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. 8 instant speed removal spells, by the way. Possibly 12 if you count the Jeskai Revelations. Wow. Like, dude, 8 is like the max you want in any deck. Like, you don't want more than 8 instant speed removal. Maybe you go up to like 10. Yeah, I agree, man. They're not as, I mean, you know, I do think that, I actually think Ailey, the woman on the left, or on the right, I think she's actually a really good commentator. She's really smart. Like, she picks up on a lot of stuff that people miss. Like, oh, wait, he doesn't have the mana to be able to do that spell, right? Or, oh, he's missing this card in his hand to be able to do that. So she's actually really good. But I think Paul and Marshall are phenomenal. Like, Paul and Marshall, I think, are the 2 best Magic commentators we've ever had. Actually, I don't think Corey's that bad of a commentator either. The only thing that really bothers me about him is that he's just always glorifying Magic and Standard. He's like, yeah, Magic is just great. Standard's just great. Like, every single event that I've watched in, like, past year, all of them, every event, he's just like, yeah, this is great. This is fun. This is awesome. Like, dude, no. No. These things that are going on are not all great and all super awesome. They're really annoying.
Chris Larson is waiting to see who of these players he's going to face.
Yeah.
If you're Chris.
Yeah, the people behind the desk, that's true. They're not as good.
I think Christopher would probably want to play against Control more as
I'm going to turn this up a little bit, though.
That's close too, because the 2 pre-board games we saw with Marco and Salvato, that looked
Really excited to see Marcos play here. And Tony. I mean, Tony's one of my favorite pro players. It annoys me to no end.
I also think it's very fitting that Christopher goes to the final Pro Tour waiting for a dinosaur label.
I hope he got it.
I hope he got it too. And framed it.
That's going to just live in my brain for now. Did he get his dinosaur label? We'll never know. Maybe we'll find out.
Interesting land right there.
Pro Tour, Lorwyn, Eclipsed. Tony Portalon
Look at this land, man. Look at this island.
He's checking a bunch of things in the yard. Escape tunnels aplenty, just to get all the colors he needs.
The win condition of the Jeskai deck, it's Jeskai Revelation. Marco's got all 4 of them in his deck. Most Jeskai control lists only run 4. I mean 3. But Marco's got all 4. So you can win with that. You can kind of win with Unagi if you get in for damage. And then some decks play a copy of Meringue River Regent that can also get in for damage. But it's Jeskai Revelation. Jeskai Revelation and then burn spells like Lightning Helix to the face, etc.
Earthbender Ascension on the stack. No More Lies says no thanks.
Definitely counter that because there's no good answer for that.
So, turn passing back now, and we're going to rest in peace. So
Rest in peace. Good draw.
From the graveyard.
No Ice Till Exploring.
Not very important.
A do-nothing spell in this matchup.
Exactly. It's going to
Thanks, Yo-Yo.
down Ice Till Explorer, bringing lands from the graveyard back. But that is really it. I would imagine that is probably a card that gets sided out in the post-board games.
I bet that's the first thing he looks at when he goes to sideboard. Just a reminder that this is best 3 out of 5. So the first 2 games, the players don't anything.
Hey, Mochi, you're not wrong. Oh, he had another Ascension, huh?
Advantage to Tony, by the way. The 2 pre-board games here, you know, Marco has to leave in some less than ideal cards.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, that's the win condition with my Jeskai Black deck, basically, right? My 4-color control is, it's mostly just burn because I have the copies of Inevitable Defeat in there. But the Azula can also get in for damage. I haven't played that deck in a while.
That Marco just doesn't really want. Like this
A long while, actually. Like a couple, like a month at least.
Deck in this Teamer Harmonizer, but it's not the sense where you play a creature, say go, so the Day of Judgments, the Ultimas, those are also bad.
Yeah.
So that's already 6 cards that are just really bad. Day of Judgment, Rest in Peace, Ultima.
Yep. As it stands, Day of Judgment doesn't really affect Tony because he'll just get the Fabled Passage back. He can crack that in response. Ultima, however, will result in a...
Yeah, I wish that this was the feature match because then we could see the hands. So we can't see their hands, unfortunately. But all right, the last match was really entertaining. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Earthbender Ascension.
Okay.
Off of the land fetched from Fabled Passage, as well as Fabled Passage returning to the battlefield. So, on to 3 now. Earthbender Ascension.
So doing a great job of ramping here, the Earthbender Ascension. Even though it's not putting any counters on something right now, just getting that large enough that if you kind of play any threat, it's going to be impactful.
Oh, yeah. You know, this is kind of like plan B.
So the Fabled Passage came back, and then the Fabled Passage enters, so that's 1 counter, and then you get a land off of the Fabled Passage, and Tony got an island, so that's 2. So it's 2 more counters.
It's got Lightning Helix in hand. I saw an Ultima. Consult the start
Stocking up.
And then 2 lands, it looks like.
Consult.
Relatively
Not sure why Marco decided to consult in response there.
Trying to play this so there's less opportunities for Tony to have a spell snare, but ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. That was...
Nice.
I don't know about that. That was a little weird. I feel like I would have waited for Tony to try to tap out. By the way, guys, Spell Snare is so good because it gets rid of Consult the Star charts, man.
The one big reason where I know you are a huge fan of that being the best
Huge blight. Haha, see what I did there? Huge blight on Consult the Star charts with Spell Snare existing.
That it's just really brutal when you get this exchange.
Pre-Spell Snare.
I would agree with you.
If Vaginal Cub ever leaves the format and 2-drops aren't the be-all and end-all, you know, then Consult the Star charts might be able to run free again.
Absolutely. But either way, now Marco's hand is just Helix, couple lands, Ultima. That feels horrible here from this situation. So
Helix, Ultima, and some lands. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, wow. Tony got a Bossing Say as well.
So stock up here would be the best draw. No
Damn.
Consult.
Elegant Parlor, does he like that? No.
Yeah, don't need a second Day of Judgment. Oh, no, he's got Ultima, right? Well, Ultima's not bad. It does get rid of the Earthbended lands.
I think I might have saw a Get Lost as well there from Marco.
Okay.
So
Might activate Bossing Say here.
But we've seen Bossing Say be just okay here in the previous matches, but this...
That's another thing that I was thinking with the Golgari deck, Mulchi, with the Excruciator, is you can play Bossing Say in it. But I don't know, the Demir might just be better, right? With the Reef.
Either start attacking in there or do this Fabled Passage trick.
What's going on right now? Why didn't Tony tap his lands?
If there is a removal spell, then you just sacrifice it in response.
Exactly.
No life gain.
What is happening?
Side of things. And you just keep playing this
Okay.
pressure game where eventually Marco will be forced.
Okay, what is going on?
But, you know, He can't.
Why isn't Tony tapping his lands?
That Bossing Say and now Earthbender Ascension are doing.
Exactly. It is
Okay,
the classic,
that's how he wanted to do it. I see. He was just figuring it out. Leaving double island up?
gaining some
Look over
minor.
here, look over here.
Exactly. And then when they
And then a Verge.
fully deal
That's a
with it,
River Pyre
then
Verge.
you're like, okay, well now I have the combo, and you're able
So
to
it's
make a
blue and red
or Harmonizer
available.
combo. And now I think Marco has, Helix. It's like,
Yeah, he does.
do you really want to Helix a 3/3 Fabled Passage?
Yeah, this is not.
Doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Helixing a 3 toughness creature, that's an amazing exchange, but
So Tony had another consideration there for another land to be Earthbent. Ultimately went for.
Yeah, I mean, these landfall-based decks are really hard for control decks, man. Because the earth-bended lands, earthbending is just too strong of an ability against control decks. And the harmonizer can be warped, so then you need instant speed removal to deal with it. Or else you get the effect again when you play it again. And the Earthbender Ascension sits under these sleepers.
much better to do it on the Fabled Passage.
Yeah. So Lightning Helix not gaining any life.
Rest in Peace was good, though. So now you can't Ice Till Explorer, the land's back. Or, Tony doesn't have Esper Origins.
Passage still does get to come back, even through a Rest in Peace, just because of the templating on Earthbending.
Yep.
As it's when it goes to the graveyard or exile, in case anyone is.
Neither player's lost any life yet.
It's pretty neat that it works around that.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like it would be like, all right, that would shut down Earthbending, but they definitely didn't want the field ads from Earthbending if you lose your creature.
Yeah, and the limited format
exile
would
it,
have been,
something like that. Yeah.
Would have been way less fun if the lands you were using as your army just all went bye-bye.
Yeah. And now just being able to do this Bossing Say trick every single turn on Fabled Passage just seems like a great way to get all these basics out of your library. And Tony does play a lot of them, and a lot of different kind of them as well.
And also, every draw step where he's not actually deploying anything else to the board besides a land.
Consult the star charts.
Far more resources, card advantage, a plenty.
What is in Marco's hand? Ultima.
And the main phase, Consult the Star
I think there's a Get Lost in there.
It either is Tony wanting that to be perceived as bait, or it was indeed bait. Like, okay, you counter that, and maybe I go Harmonizer full bore and win the game, or you think it's going to be Harmonizer full bore, so you let it resolve, and maybe Tony didn't have anything. That's kind of the mind games.
Well, Harmonizer full bore doesn't win.
Has to be asking themselves when you.
It does if he has Fable Passage or Escape Tunnel.
No answers in hand currently from Marco, I should say.
No, he's got to Get Lost. Got an answer.
Countering any spells, Get Lost, Jeskai Revelation, and the Ultima in hand.
Oh, Jeskai Revelation, Get Lost, and Ultima. So land off the top is what Marco needs.
To have some interaction. Now Tony does have 2 Spider Sense in the main that he can interact with.
I think he's got. I think he's got the Spider Sense in hand.
It's just like, yep, you have 2 of those in your deck. I can't just be main phasing Jeskai Revelations. I think Marco has to just kind of concede that battle of just saying, yep, if you have it at Tony's end step, it's just going to get countered because Marco.
He does have a Fabled Passage.
You open the door for the Harmonizer full.
Another Bossing Say.
Fabled Passage once again becomes a 2/2 creature. So pretty productive turn there for Tony.
I'm not sure why Tony didn't attack.
Like you mentioned, the Spider Sense, because it is getting into Jeskai Revelation territory now, and Tony will be well aware of that.
Yeah, and Tony, it's face up now that you just took 2. It is as much as, we can see it and we're aware of it. It's just as obvious to Tony that it's in hand.
Jeskai Rev.
No real reason usually to shock that in, but at the same time, high-level competitive Magic at this level, it easily could be, shock it in anyways, because this chip shot damage game doesn't come into play that often.
I mean, either way you slice it, Marco's dead to 28 damage if it were to resolve, so.
That is factual. Wow. Okay, just to pass the turn,
Jeskai Rev. Will Tony use Spider Sense? Absolutely.
So, one problem dealt with.
And no activation of Bossing Say or anything from Tony.
Yeah, no activation of Bossing Say is interesting.
Alluding to, you're not really wanting to sack too many Fabled Passages because you do still need those.
I guess he's trying to play around Ultima, right? Maybe he
don't want to actually search out all the lands
might
in your deck.
be worried about that. But you can sack the Fabled Passage. Well, the other land would be gone.
You know, you are able to get a landfall trigger off of that when it dies and comes back, even if
Consult to start. Yeah, that's why he was going to consult at the end of turn.
And 8 basics is the count. 3 islands, 3 mountains, 2 forests.
Got all the islands out. And then a mountain and a forest, so.
And this is pretty much double Demonic Tutor when you have this many lands in hand. As you're just looking at so many cards.
So many cards.
Pick your best 2. Hey, we do have a Demonic Tutor graphic.
Okay, there's the old school, man. Yo, you know what I was talking about with
It's what it feels like when you just
oh man, who was it in the stream last time? I forget, but we were talking about like how the power level in standard is so high right now. But if you think about it, if you go back to those old cards, yo, can you imagine? Can you imagine if we had all those old cards available in standard? How ridiculous it would be. And said, like, you actually had Ancestral Recall and Demonic Tutor and Dark Ritual and Black Lotus and all the box cards and whatever and Time Warp or Time Walk. Dude, it would be insane. You don't want to talk about how bad the power level is now, but then you go back and look at some of these old cards. It's like, what? They actually printed something like this?
Go on to game number 2 here.
Or even not even counterspell.
It's ridiculous.
The fact that if you have 3 lands available,
or even just back to the Affinity days, man. With the artifact lands. Arcbound Ravager.
Tony not wanting to put all his eggs in the one harmonizing basket, so.
So you evoke that wistfulness, right? Yeah.
And of course, exiles first. So that rest in peace. Technically exiled. Very minor, of course, and not going to come up. But
can I change the...
I think he does keep his graveyard sideways.
Oh, we have a take back. You saw that? We have a take backsies.
Yes.
Like Worlds, man, with Seth Manfield. He chose to discard the Burst Lightning instead of the land.
Like we're going to discard Burst Lightning instead of the land.
Take backsies.
My damage to the face.
Yeah, not usually exactly what this... this card doesn't go to the face very often. It goes to a Badger Mole Cub quite often.
Sure.
Go...
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now there's a little bit of pressure from Wistfulness. Nothing that is going to likely just solo the game here. But once again, it's one of those distractions.
Yeah.
So hang on. What did I miss here? Why is the Wistfulness still on the field?
No attacks there from Fabled Passage.
Oh, no. He tapped 5 for it. I didn't see the other lands there.
Charts, that is an excellent draw. And then as far as Tony's perspective...
I wasn't keeping track of all the lands. Because the 2 lands on the right are kind of close to the discard pile. Or the exile, I guess.
So there's 2 cards that can counter this. And
Well, actually, no, that is his graveyard. It's weird that Tony's got everything sideways. Normally, he just turns sideways the exiled cards.
4 mana, 2 cards.
Now, Tony asking what he's paid and how many cards are in hand here. Does he want to do anything about this? Consult the star charts? Or is he more concerned about what Marco...
Yeah, I would counter that as well. Because it's unlikely that Marco has second Jeskai Relation in hand, but if you look at 8 cards, you might find it, right? So I would think that that's a good play from Tony.
The amount of mana efficiency and how many lands are left untapped every time, you'll notice the last couple turns, Tony just conveniently hasn't used that last 3 mana, because at this stage of the game, getting a big spell, No More Lies, is usually leading to, I made a mistake. You know, if you have this many lands, you just be patient and never run into that card. Marco doesn't have it, but Tony is doing an excellent job of playing around it if it was there.
Absolutely.
Yep, Tony's been playing this really good so far.
Unless it's Control pays 3 on there, but Tony certainly...
It's going to be a slow game, guys, because Tony's deck is not really that fast. And Marco's obviously playing a control deck.
Consult the star charts, or if it is just, all right, let's start bossing, say, on Fabled Passage, and attack for 11.
That's a lot, yeah.
And there's double bossing, say, so if you really want to get busy, you can either put all your eggs in one basket on one Fabled Passage, start going wide on separate islands. Really,
I would not go wide because of Ultima.
Takes all look excellent right now.
Right. I mean, we know that Marco has Ultima, but if Tony's trying to play around Ultima, then you don't want to make more creature lands because then more of them die. Or more of them don't come back, I should say.
Trigger on Earthbender Ascension.
Definitely should be.
What's he doing here?
Sure, something that you can miss.
Yep.
Did he miss the trigger on Earthbend
But the
Ascension?
land, no spells are cast, so I would assume should be no.
I think Tony missed the trigger on Earthbend Ascension.
Oh my goodness. Stock up, Burst Lightning, land, Harmonizer.
Those are all
This
good
stage of the
options.
game,
Wow.
some
Harmonizer and
star
land.
charts makes dig through time look like a cantrip.
Man, those are really good options.
And this is why I like it.
There's dig through time from Con. Dude, the Cons of Tarkir block, man. For those of you guys who were playing back then, what an awesome block. Cons of Tarkir, one of the best blocks we've had.
Have cards in the graveyard. Really
What an
shows
awesome
just
block,
how
what an
powerful
awesome
this card
set.
is when we look at an all-star like that and the impact it made on standard.
So the world is Tony's oyster at this point. He's got all the pressure on the board. He's got far more cards in hand than Marco. Curious if he'll attempt to go for
I'm wondering what he took there. I would imagine he took the Harmonizer.
spell for an Armageddon or a
Take the Harmonizer. I might have taken the Escape Tunnel.
We're gonna go to game 2 shortly.
Still looks like Tony missed that trigger on the Earthbend Ascension, though.
Had, I mean, Tony's probably
Gonna warp the Harmonizer.
every card in his deck. You know, the cards on the bottom are probably in random order.
Wait,
from
you don't want to warp the Harmonizer. I already played a land.
So you got to think as long as, you know, there weren't any mistakes made in selecting the
Oh,
card.
wait,
that
didn't he play a land already?
ready to go here.
Is he gonna full bore? Yo, is he full boring this?
And now you
Oh no,
can
he's
also
sacking the
just, like,
Fabled Passage.
sacrifice
I see.
this, come into play. You can just target Wistfulness.
Yeah, I see.
Double that power.
Yeah, double that.
I hope so, Yo-Yo. I miss the block sets a lot.
We did miss
Putting that counter on it. Tony
I miss the
pointed
block
at it
sets a lot, man.
Didn't do it though.
and
so.
but didn't do it. Okay. And remember, you know, I
Okay.
mean, this is a spot where these players
So if he didn't miss the trigger on the Earthbend Ascension
of Magic
from the other land,
so now, so that's creating a lethal attacker there, and then what Tony is.
oh,
also
he
sure
just
is
remembered it
you know, go full bore on
because
the
that was
bottom
2
end
counters
and
put on Wistfulness. There should also be 2 counters put on the Earthbend Ascension, though. It does actually gain counters.
or just back this one up.
Okay, so that is an attack for 18. Get lost. There we go. Oh, Spell Snare. That's it.
And that is
Cool.
gonna do it. Marco Balaka.
Yeah, so if Tony had missed that other trigger from Earthbend Ascension with the other land, he wouldn't have won that turn, but he remembered it. He just remembered it later.
Or limiting the card draw, I should say, from Marco's side of things.
Cool.
Game 2. No
Well
side
played.
loading.
Tony played that expertly. Played around every counter spell. Had the, you know, the his own responses ready.
Around no more lies, even though we didn't see it, and probably could have went.
And
for it
didn't
if
play
it
into the
wasn't
Ultima
perfect,
either.
But just made sure.
Yeah.
You
Really
always ask
good.
yourself the question, like, there's no pressure on me. How could I lose? And it's overextending, tapping out, getting your spell no more lies. Instead, what's the risk is the question you ask yourself in your brain of just waiting to go till the next turn. And Tony had that risk-reward ratio going on in his head. And then
A little bit awkward for Marco. Look, he's only got Izzet lands.
Paid off for him big
There's no
time.
white right now.
Excellently navigated.
So no more lies, no lightning helix.
Balaka on the other side of things has 2 lands available to him. No white just yet. Let's see what Tony goes for on turn 2 here. Nothing. Passes the turn back, ready to counter.
Nothing,
whatever. Marco may attempt, but I think it's just going to be.
Oh no.
Land
I was
go.
going to say, you're pretty much a blue-white deck, so it's a big signal if you only have blue-red lands on your first 2 lands. You know, so I was thinking, like, this could easily.
I would have mulliganed that hand
where you don't
that
have
Marco had
white
for
source,
sure.
Call it fun off the top. At
Drew
least
out of
we
it.
are,
Damn.
playing
I
Magic
think
here.
he. Oh wait, he's got a hallowed fountain. Okay.
Stock up, so you can do that, or
Rest in peace. Sure.
down again, but
Yeah, it's the second match, so or a second game, so we can't do anything about it right now. If you draw it, you might as well play it.
yeah. But if you have like stock up to play or something, like I think I'd rather do that. Even if you, I mean, Marco almost assuredly would have 8 cards in hand after that. I'd rather stock up and discard Rest in Peace than play it. But it is not.
I disagree. I think Rest in Peace is relative in this matchup. Even though Tony can wistfulness away, still, I think it keeps Ice Till Explorer from bringing the lands back.
An answer, or at least some way to interact with
What is that?
this creature on the
Oh,
board
it's
here.
Harmonizer.
So might form
Just
Harmonizer.
hard casting that, huh?
Summons combo.
Yeah, believe it or not, you can just hard cast that
Stock
one as
up?
well.
Yep.
And now look at the situation that Marco is kind of in now by not stocking up last turn. Now you have to find your land drops, where if you stock up last turn, maybe you go a land that you found off the stock up, get lost on Harmonizer, say go with a No More Lies or something.
I disagree. I disagree with Corey's analysis here. I think stocking up on this turn is fine.
For sure.
Get a land, maybe get 2 lands. His hand is, oh look, he's got a get lost. His hand is loaded. Just grab 2 lands probably.
But, you know, Marco's definitely prioritizing.
Could even play a tapped land here. Just play a surveil land if you want.
Yeah, you don't want to be behind in
Yep.
that department, and he did miss a land drop.
I think that was the right way to do that. Oh, he saw whatever it was.
But this game can just be over.
Okay.
Oh wait, did he accidentally? I think he might have accidentally seen 2 cards.
At 1 card, but this was unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, he accidentally saw 2 cards.
You didn't Marian, right? They resolved the stock up. Okay. So they know the top, bottom 3 and everything else is right.
Minor things, you know. When I've been playing at the Pro Tour, I probably.
Yeah, that seems good. Except for the bottom 3, shuffle, and then look at it again.
It's just the moment your hands are shaking.
That sounds fair.
You look, you see one extra card. Usually.
Have Tony shuffle it. Yep, that's fair too. Yeah, just an honest mistake there.
You keep those cards there, randomize the deck, and continue play.
Yep,
But all that
that's the right way to handle that.
Tony really has
Not a
to
big deal.
have here is like Fabled Passage plus full bore.
Okay.
We go to game 3.
Yeah.
Putting that, yeah, I guess you don't really need that land.
Exile there.
Even just Fabled
Eh, maybe actually. I might have kept that land.
Oh,
Maybe.
boy.
Oh,
Well, let's just do that.
yai, 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 yai.
Jeez Louise.
So that's it. It's over.
We're gonna need Riley's math on this one.
It's over. Double the power twice.
Quick math there from Tony.
Or no, double the power 4 times. It's over.
Double.
Yeah.
4. So 64.
Oh no, it's 16.
Tony knows his
Nice.
multiplications.
Oh no, wait, no. It's no, because it's 4 4 to the 4th.
All right. Well, Marco
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be a
It's
little
4 to the
relieved
4th.
here that now we get to go to the
So it's
sideboard.
64.
Players have sideboarded. So Tony took out Thunder Magic, 3 Burst Lightning, into the Floodmaw, 1 Seer and 1 Full Bore. Brought
Yep.
in Surak, Elusive Hunter.
4 to the 4th power.
2 Spell Pierce, Quantum
Because you
Lever,
double it once,
Sandbag,
goes to 8,
Shifting
double it again,
Scoundrels,
double it again,
Epic
double it again,
Phantasm,
64.
And Songcrafter Mage.
So definitely going more blue, taking out red and some
Sandman.
removals. So Tony's deck looks to be improving quite well with that one. So yeah, looks like some great changes for him.
Let's see what Marco has leaned on here from the sideboard. Taken out a Rest in Peace, a Braid, 2 Lightning Helix, 2 Day of Judgment, 2 Ultimas, nice, and brought in 2 Tishana's Tidebinders, those will be clutch, 1 Exercise, 1 the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, 2 Beza, Bounding Spring, and 2 Voice of Victory.
Very importantly to note,
Exercise is really good in this matchup.
and 1 staying in. And what that tells me is a large screaming, I do not have enough cards to bring in. I need to leave something in, as we've seen how Rest in Peace has looked quite average. But that's the thing is, you know, Tony, you want to guess how many times Tony has played against a control deck in testing? Probably a good amount, right?
Yeah.
How many times do you think Marco has played against Teamer Harmonizer, and how prepared is their sideboard guide ready to go for this? None, because this deck did not exist.
Yeah,
and that
good
is
point.
the big advantage that you gain from playing
I really like Tony's version of Landfall here with the Teamer. The only thing is I really would have included the Frostcliff Siege, man. Really would have included the Frostcliff Siege.
Yeah, we've seen a fair amount of extremely good brewers and players bring their pet deck or their creation to the Pro Tour this weekend, and it hasn't worked out for a lot of them.
Stock up, no more lies, sure.
This is the Pro Tour of the brews.
Yeah,
like a lot of them did well. It's the established deck, the people that played it safe. Those are the people that actually got punished, which is kind of wild. Usually do not see that very often at a standard Pro Tour.
Stock up attempted there by Tony Portland, met with no more lies, and now Marco Balaka. Is he main phasing a?
I think that no more lies was good.
Phasing consult, and that is because of Spell Snare. You just have to respect it. That
Yeah,
is so
very
bad.
true. You have to
It's
respect
almost feel
Spell
like a
Snare,
broken record
unfortunately.
saying this again, Marco could just die next turn
Sure
to
could.
the Harmonizer full bore play, but
And if that is the case, then Tony is our second finalist.
and that would be in quite dramatic fashion.
Let's see.
So what is it? Harmonizer, full bore,
Harmonizer.
and Fabled
Harmonizer,
Passage. That's
full
how he
bore, and
loses.
Fabled Passage. So it has to be about as perfect as possible.
Doesn't look like it.
Add the Fabled Passage.
When you do that, but I mean, maybe Tony just goes for the same kind of play of Harmonizer, or this is the first game where a turn 4 Ice Till Explorer looks excellent. Because you can also get back a Fabled Passage to have untapped blue in case you have Spell Snare.
Ice Till Explorer, okay.
Another, like a Spell Pierce or something.
Love it.
Replay the passage. Mill a stock up.
Spell Snare. Spider Sense can't be used. There's an Into the Flood more.
Yeah, and then the two Spell Pierces that we brought in. So 2 drops and expensive spells are not safe. And wow, looking at Marco's hand, I saw 2 Jeskai Revelation, Lightning Helix, 2 lands, and 1 other card. None of those counter anything.
Nope. And you have to
Yeah.
kill a spell here just to kill this guy.
Looks like
And in terms of Hasbro, Wizards and Magic is the only thing keeping that company afloat, man. So they need the money.
Even if you exercise it now, it's still kind of like you're getting 2 for 1 because Tony did get a free land drop. So.
No, wait, it's powerful upgrade, not toughness.
Oh, okay, absolutely, yeah. So
it would
not
have to
even
be
able to do that either.
If he did have 2 Lightning Helix, it would have to be those 2.
Yeah, there's just no way to kill the Ice Till Explorer.
It just gets to hang.
With the 2 mana removal spells you have in hand, that feels pretty bad. And now it looks like Marco is just leaning on the Quarry Mountain Monastery at end step.
Or he does have the exercise to be able to kill the creature that does get pumped if Tony goes for.
What is that? Is that Songcrafter Mage?
Right. Exercise is a card that
And Songcrafter Mage in the graveyard.
chunk of time.
Yeah.
There's the Helix to the Harmonizer if you were to do that, and then you can like try to do some damage to it.
How though?
Oh yeah, no,
you can't kill that.
Yeah.
Dude, Tony's looking really good in this matchup, guys.
That is brutal. You
This is actually impressive.
just get lost to be able to interact. So it's brutal to even have Helix in
Yeah.
deck, but I think that is just
I mean, the only downside to Ice Till Explorer is that you mill, and you do sometimes get unlucky with that. You know, sometimes you mill a thing that you want. So Spell Snare, yeah.
Now Tony just getting 2 free.
Yeah, I mean, milling, oof. Yeah, see, that's an example. Like, milling full bore and Spell Snare is a big deal in this matchup, but it's a big deal.
Quarry Mountain Monastery on the
And Tony milled the Songcrafter Mage, so you can't even get those things back from the graveyard.
Yep, you can reveal and
I get
then
the priority back.
yes, you do.
What happened?
Because it shows off the top.
Okay, so I get the priority. I can do after I see I can do something. Well, after it,
Oh, yes, he can do that.
it's exiled, it's fine. Okay. I want to do so the priority passes to me, right?
Correct. Tony is correct.
Yes.
After the card is revealed, the priority goes back to him. That is correct.
Exactly how it is, and now that you see the card and you get a little extra information, you can
Yep.
then choose what to do. I mean, Tony, realistically,
Okay,
would be doing
that was good. That was good from Tony, right? Waiting for him to tap, because you don't want to get your Consult the Star charts countered here. Which, if I was Marco, I would be tempted to do. Like, especially if
That looked like a lot of goodies, Ailey.
That was a lot of good.
actually, does normalize work? Yes, it does, because of the escape tunnel. The land comes in tapped.
And if you need more cards, you take Consult, and there were also
Even
counter
then.
spells. Either way you slice it, this matchup kind of seems like it's really bad for Marco, where it seemed pretty close.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at the deck list.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Tony's just doing a really good job. He's playing really well.
You know, winning that 2-1, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it just seems like the removal just doesn't line up that great from the Jeskai control side.
Yes.
It seems like what you need to beat a deck like Harmonizer is something like a deck that would be good against like Dimir midrange, something where you have good, cheap, efficient removal for the creatures, but you can also present a threat like Kaido. I mean, Kaido seems like a nightmare for Tony. And,
No, that's not true, because that's very wrong, because the trample. You get trample from full bore if you warp it, or you get or no, that's not right. It gets haste, right? But the trample from the Earthbender Ascension. And if you play Esper Origins, that can also give trample. So Kaido is very bad. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. Kaido is very bad against the landfall decks.
Get hasty and tried to just go for it now.
That's one of the things about Dimir midrange, guys. I think I am going to do a Dimir midrange video soon because I think I have finally figured it out. But dude, what I realized in all the testing that I did on stream and in all the notes that I was making about the deck, like Dimir midrange is really bad against a lot of the top decks. It's not good against Badger Mole Cub decks because they go too fast. I mean, you have to have Requiting Hex for Badger Mole Cub or Spell Snare. And if you don't, then you just get run over. It's really bad against Jeskai Control. Well, it's not really bad against Jeskai Control. That's not true. But it's not great because they could just get lost your Kaido, and then there's your power play gone. And then if you're trying to get in with damage, they have Lightning Helix. They just gain life back. They have Lightning Helix and Jeskai Revelation. You can't do enough damage with your small creatures in Dimir midrange to get the job done. It's really bad against Is It Lessons because Is It Combustion Techniques exiles your Curiosity, even though they don't have a good way to deal with Kaido. But now they do because they have Seer. Seer can get rid of Kaido unless you plus him up. It's bad against Bant Airbending because Bant Airbending can play at instant speed. And if you try to like remove their stuff or interact with their stuff, they can have Cavern of Souls to make the allies, Appa and Aang, uncounterable. And then they can just play Aang at the Crossroads, which is also uncounterable to get two things on the battlefield, you know? So... And it's bad against landfall because of the reason I said. So Dimir midrange is just bad against a lot of the top decks. It's really bad against Frostcliff Siege because of trample.
You would think. So it looks like we almost untapped there. Not. Wow.
It's even bad against mono red, dude. It's bad against mono red because of Fire Magic, Pyroclasm, Nova Hellkite.
Like that's essentially, you know.
And then even the pings, man. The pings from Needlehead, the pings from Viper.
23 to 17. Untap.
So Sandman is huge here. This is going to be a big problem for Marco if he doesn't deal with it. And even then, because Sandman just keeps coming back.
It feels like we're starting with Exercise and...
yeah, definitely Exercise. You got to get rid of that guy.
Spell Snare or something. So it looks like we're doing uncounterable here.
Uncounterable Exercise, yeah, 100%.
Exercise to become uncountable.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, Mochi.
You know, that creature could definitely go the distance if left unchecked. So while Exercise seemed like a...
But Dimir does have good matchups of its own.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty good against like other decks that are aggressive besides the Cub decks and besides the mono red. It's at least decent. And it's good against control decks that aren't Jeskai.
Incredibly tough to kill if you're just playing, you know,
if you're just really,
non-exile.
It's also good against like other kind of mid-rangey decks, like if you go up against artifacts or something like that. Pretty good against Pixie as well if you run into that. Although the Nowhere to Run does get rid of the hexproof on Kaido.
Marco could have is a 2-mana counter spell backed up with a Spell Snare. So you essentially think the best...
Did you guys see that Jim Davis brought Esper Pixie to this event? Did you guys see that on his YouTube? What the hell was he thinking? Like, what the hell are you... Why?
When Tony has this much mana available, so this feels like this could be the turn.
Yeah, he's done such a great job at, you know, navigating around these counter spells or even potential counter spells from Marco. Yeah. He just hasn't slipped up once.
Yeah, Tony's playing this really well. Really, really well.
Had a plethora of is time. Marco has never put a threat on the table that has put Tony in any kind of, you know, stressful situation. The Inagi at Kyoshi Island is something that seems like it would be very important. Or
yeah, no, you're right, Anson. And it's a shame because, you know, Pixie is one of my favorite decks to play. You know, the Pixie decks that I put up after Edge of Eternities came out, those are like two of my better performing videos. But yeah, Pixie's just not good. Pixie is just not good.
Yeah. One more. Are we bossing saying?
Looks like.
Yes. Need to pay. Tap 4 lands for that, basically.
Yep. We'll see if Tony still wants to go for that.
I'm very impressed with Tony here, guys. This guy is just really playing smart. I mean, this is how you have to do it against control decks. Oh, wow.
Is wanting to keep. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. Tony, instead of bossing saying here, is going Harmonizer, leaving 3 mana available to pay for No More Lies, 1 for Full Bore, and 1 for Spell Snare.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Very good play.
Basically checkmate, so we'll see if that's what Tony has.
Tony Portolan seems to be just moments away from clinching a final spot here at Pro Tour.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mochi. Tony's a very experienced pro player.
Yeah, just like everybody would be calling.
This is how you do it, guys. For against a control deck, apply pressure without overextending and play around the worst answers that they can have for you. So Corey said it beautifully here. He's playing around Normalize, and he still has access to Spell Snare, a blue mana if he needs that, and he still has access to a full bore. I don't know if he has all that stuff, but that's what he's doing. Okay. Yep. Land came in. He played a mountain.
2 counters on that.
That is very much saying my Harmonizer is not getting in there. But with Ice Tail Explorer here, you are able to have 4 land drops. So 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32 without full bore. And this is having some mana available for presumably at least 1 piece of interaction.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey got that right.
Quite possibly 2. With 2 blue source, it could be Spell Snare and Pierce.
I think he's got all his bases covered here. Yeah. We haven't seen him go for it once without having a backup plan.
Yeah, at least not in this map.
So, see, I mean, seemingly Marco is just being patient here. He might try to get lost, but if Tony has Spell Snare, then that's it.
And then with the Fabled Passage, that is
should be enough triggers here. Yeah.
Because the Fabled Passage comes back and you get another land, so you can technically make 5 land drops on this turn.
My goodness. That is enough.
Just a 64-4 coming in.
Gonna be get lost, I guess.
In hand, nothing.
And of course, you still gotta remember.
I don't think Marco's got to get lost.
Still keep it clean. I don't think Marco has anything to do.
Doesn't seem like it, no. Damn.
Enormous creature coming through.
That's disappointing for Marco because I think he's a great player, but he got a little bit unlucky in the second game. And then the other 2 games, man, game 1 and this game, Tony's just played this beautifully, like just completely outplayed. Yeah. Yep. There's the hand. Dude, well played from Tony, man. He earned that. That was sick. I mean, not the most entertaining match because it was just 3-0, but yo, he earned it. That was amazing. Really cool. Second game, Marco got a little bit unlucky. You know, he missed a land there and he only had Izzet lands for the first 2 turns. But the other 2 games, game 1, game 3, that was all Tony. Yeah. Tony's one of my favorite players. He hasn't like really done that well in a lot of events. He's had a lot of situations where like he'll make top 16 and then fall out, make top 8, fall out. But not this time. Really nailed it. So now that wasn't that the last semifinals? It was, right? So now it's going to be Tony versus Larson, Demir Excruciator versus Teamer Harmonizer.
Versus the deck is too resilient if you only have interaction. So, I mean, the deck just looks great.
And in this matchup as well, like his pressure is Jeskai Revelation. And if he doesn't have a backup spell, if he hasn't got 8 land for it, he's just getting countered by Spell Pierce.
Yeah, that's why I think 4 Jeskai Revelations is just too much, man.
And there's pressure at least to the library with the
Yeah. Great
finals.
Can't wait for it, friends. But before we get there, let's hear from Tony. He chatted to Cedric after his win.
Tony, last time we spoke, you said that this matchup was going to be more difficult because they had interaction. You made it look pretty easy, my friend.
Yeah, it went 3-0 pretty easily. I think game 2 and game 3, my opponent get a bit unlucky with the deck, but I think it's unfortunate with the control deck. And even game 1, I chained my card draw spells while they couldn't resolve.
All right, dude. Take care, Ensign.
I had a spell snare.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I think this version of the control deck has a poorer matchup than, for example, a blue-white control with counter spells. So yeah, I had a game plan, especially post-cyber games, when I don't need to go for the combo, just kill them with a creature on the board and then play the harmonizer, and it went like that.
I'd say it went quite well. So as you
Yeah, this
move
is
on
gonna
to
be
the
good.
finals, you could play against Christopher Larson, playing Demir.
All right, Mocha, you take care, man. Yeah, I know it's late where you are.
Mario Sajic, who's on Is It Elementals. If you could play
Take care, brother. Have a good night.
I played against both of them.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Mocha. I think he was. He's the teamer guy.
Christopher, so, but I'm not sure. I think the elemental decks is easier matchup than the Dimir one. So, but I'm rooting for any of them. It's they're both great player and great people. So, whoever is in the finals deserves it.
Well, you're a great player as well. We look forward to seeing you in the finals. Congratulations.
Pretty gracious, huh? Pretty gracious from Tony.
A deserving finalist indeed.
Cool, man. This is awesome. This event has turned out so much better than I thought it was going to be. This event has turned out so much better than I thought it was going to be. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Really good event. Really good finals, hopefully. And I actually I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to give the advantage to Tony. Because his deck can win before the Excruciator comes down. And it plays underneath the sweepers. Because you got the Earthbender Ascension, the Bossing Say, and the Harmonizer, which can be warped. You know, paying 5 mana for your sweeper for your deadly cover-up is a little bit slower. And then 6 mana for the Excruciator. Not only that, Tony doesn't really have that many targets for Requiting Hex. And I think Larson has 4 of them in the deck. It'll be cool, though. If Tony doesn't get off to quick starts with good draws and good curve outs, then I think Larson's got it. Yeah, I've definitely been I'm a little bit motivated to make an Excruciator deck now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome
with
back
the
to
with the Morn Song aria.
Eclipsed live here from Richmond, Virginia. We started out the weekend with 305 players. Now only 2 remain left in the tournament. It is finals time. Welcome to the news desk. Marie Bartholdi and Monty.
This has been a much more enjoyable event than the last few that we've had.
How we wound up here on Top 8 Sunday here at Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed. Take a look at all of the action that has already
I wish they showed the decks that everybody was playing. So Francisco had Is It Lessons. I forget what's. I think Cyprian had the other. Yeah, I think he had the other Dimir Excruciator.
Let's set up our finals match here in the building. Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed. It all comes down to this. The winner goes home with the trophy and $50,000 as well, of course, as the title of champion. And a beautiful trophy it is indeed. Take a look at the two players who have made our final.
All right, there it is, man.
On Demir Excruciator up against Tony Portalon on Teamer Harmonizer. Christopher Larson has top 8s at every single kind of Magic event you could imagine, including a top 8 at Pro Tour Murders at Karlov Manor, where he came in 3rd.
Both really experienced players here.
Including 1 win for an incredible.
Damn, in all that time though, Tony's only got 2 top finishes.
Well, has an incredible career. He was 3rd in our 2025 Player of the Year race, had 2 Pro Tour top 8s last season alone, starting off this season with another one, another great start for Tony Portalon. Let's take a look at Christopher Larson's road here to the top 8. He had the most difficult path of any of our contenders coming in our 8th seed. He did manage to 6-0 draft, went 6-4 in standard, and yes, played against.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that, guys. Larson 6-0 the draft. That's basically how he got here. 6-0 in the draft and 4 losses in constructed.
Okay, well, he had a pretty smooth day 1, a 6-2 record, and then for day 2, he said, I don't really want to do much losing. So he started off with 5 straight wins.
Yeah.
Lost to Francisco Sanchez, who was our first player in the top 8, but then got it done in round 50.
There's a look at the players and their road here to the top 8. But what about the decks they've chosen for this tournament? How does it shake out in our
Sultai Reanimator had a bad showing this event too.
2 as different decks as you can get. They are both delightfully weird, just different. Let's take a look by starting with Christopher Larson's build of Demir Excruciator.
There it is.
Full deck with a combo finish. It has a lot of removal.
Yeah, I see 4 Requiting Hex. That's not going to be that good against Tony's deck.
Downright or getting it onto the battlefield in a cheaty way with Superior Spider-Man. But the name of the game is to doomsday both players and then mill your opponent out with a card like
I wouldn't play the 3 Insatiable Avarice. I'm going to try a list like this, guys, but I'm going to change it a little bit.
Instant speed interaction. On the other side, we have Teamer Harmonizer. This is a Sanctum of All deck if I've ever seen one.
Really cool deck.
This is Teamer Twin. This is a deck that is trying to combo kill your
Really cool deck. I wouldn't play that Thunder Magic, though. I would definitely play a Frostcliff Siege. And maybe not into the Flood Maw either.
Like to do is warp the Harmonizer, put a landfall trigger on the stack, 2 ideally with Fabled Passage.
Really cool deck. Yeah, see, there's no targets for the Hex. I just realized now there's no targets at all. Except for lands, but they get Earthbent.
Assemble your combo, but it can be weak to instant speed removal, so that definitely gives the edge to Chris Larson.
All right, thank you for that deck overview there, Mike.
Really cool.
What do the numbers say? It's time to turn to the predictor one last time.
All right, well, surprisingly, or maybe not, depending on how you look at it, the predictor has been doing pretty great this weekend. And we see 6 players are now out.
I don't like these gimmicks that they do with the predictors. I don't like this.
Last 2 numbers, Christopher Larson, 56%. Tony Portalon, 44%.
Wow.
But I am going to be really honest, it can go either way so easily.
All right, well, let's find out what happens. It's time to crown a champion.
All right.
I'm going to pass it on over to Marshall.
Give it to Marshall and Paul, man. Give it to the professionals here.
It is time for the finals. That's Paul Chion. I'm Marshall Sutcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us. And we've got a really interesting matchup here. These are not 2 decks that we had on our radar coming in to the weekend as ones that may find themselves in the final. Demir Excruciator in the hands of that man right there, Christopher Larson from Denmark. He's playing for Team Cosmos. On the other side of the table, Teamer Harmonizer.
Why'd he put his chair like that? These guys are both huge, man. Look at them. They're both like 6'3". Very large men.
Everybody loves him. He's gotten hugs from like every player he's played against.
All right.
At this point, it's not even clear if he knows his opponent. He just starts things.
Pretty good opening hands for both players.
And hugs all around from Christopher Larson.
Hey, you made it to the finals of the Pro Tour. Great reason to be ecstatic right now, but of course, one key match.
Yeah, Tony gets to go first because he had the better record.
These gentlemen seem to have really enjoyed their run as well. You know, it can be one of those things that
Larson needs another land.
kind of fast, you know, and maybe you're a little nervous.
There it is.
Kind of takes over, and then you can look back on it. But
Deceit.
in this case, they both seem to be really having
Spider Sense.
And yeah, we've actually seen this on camera before. It's a little bit of a weird.
Definitely going to Earthbend Ascension here.
And the Spider Sense.
What?
Keeping a hand with double Earthbender Ascension, no green
What? Wait, why? Why did he do that?
So he doesn't have a whole lot going on here. And so if you're on Christopher Larson's side, he's like, no green source for Tony right now, so Tony can't actually go for
Oh, he doesn't have a green. Oh my god, I wasn't keeping track. He doesn't have a green. It sucks.
So, as is, I think this could be an opportunity for Christopher Larson to fire off a card draw spell here.
Doesn't have a green, man. Okay, Winter Night Stories, sure.
He gets a thumbs up from Tony.
Yeah, almost certainly going to put that Excruciator into the graveyard here.
Yeah, definitely. You can Superior Spider-Man next turn. Wow.
Christopher to actually spend the full 6 mana to get Doomsday Excruciator in play without having any sort of disruption. Once you get to that phase in the game, it's
Still no green. Oh boy.
Have the combo pieces in hand. I think Christopher wants to get that cost reduction, get Superior Spider-Man going.
I mean, is that happening right here?
Oh god.
For it.
And he says,
oh god.
so
Oh god. So unlucky for Tony, guys. No green mana.
That means that both players only have 6-card libraries now.
Christopher Larson senses weakness. No green mana at all from Tony Portoland. No card draw spells here. We have an Excruciator in play. And now both players with only 6 cards left in their deck. And look at Tony's hand. He is not close to the combo.
No.
I mean, is that game? Like, I know it doesn't. I know it's not literally, but like from what we can see here, how in the world? And remember, Tony can put together absolutely absurd turns where he does huge amounts of damage in one turn, and that's also starting from nothing. But he doesn't have the resources for that right now, and still no green mana.
Right. Christopher Larson will be drawing a couple of cards, but he does have the Insatiable Avarice. Actually drew the second copy here.
Of Avarice?
Yeah, and look, Intimidation Tactics, I believe it's going to miss here. No actual targets. Like, wow, this hand I am not scared of at all.
Yeah.
So Insatiable Avarice, as you can see, you can pay 3 black mana to have target player draw 3 cards.
Yep.
On 6.
Yep.
I mean, that's how we do it.
That's nice.
The Avarices are going to win Larson the game.
Right, but it is really dangerous here to just run it out this turn, right? Give your opponent 3 cards. They can potentially kill you. But, Chris is drawing 2 cards every turn,
that's true.
Tony is sitting at 20 life. You can use the Insatiable Avarice also as a burn spell, right? If it doesn't deck your opponent, 3 hits from the Excruciator.
No, it's only a 4/4 though, right?
Oh, excuse me, you're right. It is only a 4/4, so that doesn't quite get it done.
That is a normal game plan though. 6, 12, 18 plus the 3. Starting town. Go.
Chris,
But I mean, Larson kind of not going to have a choice at some point here.
Yeah.
Because he only has 2 more turns left.
No choice.
Can attack for 4. Can wait till the next turn actually and go double Avarice
Yep.
here for the win, right?
Okay, that would just.
Yep, Paul is right. He can double Avarice on the next turn, and then Tony won't have a library.
Does he have another?
Yeah, you're right, Yo-Yo.
Okay.
That's something that I made a comment about in one of my deck building videos that I put out a long time, well, not that long ago, sometime in the middle of last year. Is 3 colors is tough, you know, because standard decks are so efficient.
1, 2.
So this is his way of saying in case I don't draw the land.
Right.
But he is saying, Tony, you must kill me here.
Right, but Chris Larson also has the Bitter Triumph here to break apart the combo too.
Yeah, Tony's got nothing.
So he can guarantee the kill next turn.
Yeah, he scoops it up. Yep.
Tony wasn't even able to put together the combo even if he had
Yep. That's unfortunate, man.
Larson had the answer, and that is game number 1.
Yeah, disappointing first game.
Really, turn 4. That was it. Christopher Larson got to use Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And just went for it off of a stumbling mana start there from Tony.
Yeah, I think, again, that was such a kind of heads-up maneuver there from...
Well, they're in the dark. You saw that.
From Christopher Larson, recognizing that there wasn't a green source in play, so he didn't have to be scared of the combo, so he could just go for it there, right? You know, it's easy to just kind of play that control game, sculpt the perfect hand, but sometimes you have to pick your spots. You have to know when you can go for it. That was the perfect time.
Wow. It has to feel so good for Larson to, I mean, you feel like you just got spotted a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, but you know what? This is why we have best of 5. We saw just to start the entire tournament, Christopher Larson lost in approximately 5 seconds in game 1.
Really?
And here we are in the finals with him being up a game. So it can go any direction here. Tony Portolan with a bit of a rough hand there the first time around.
Really unfortunate first game there for Tony.
Shuffling. They're not sideboarding yet. We're going to play best 3 out of 5 games here. In fact, we do that for all of Top 8 Sunday and certainly for the final. And that means that this game is not going to include sideboards. Now, any games that we play after this one will.
Right.
Oh, look at that trophy too, Paul.
It's a nice looking trophy, isn't it?
Saw one at the World Championship.
Yeah, that one was a little taller with like the gold, and this one's still.
Yeah.
It is nice though.
The one at the World Championship was kind of nuts, bro.
Can you imagine having one of those things?
Yeah, man.
I can't, Marshall.
I gotta say, guys, I've really enjoyed these streams with the commentaries and stuff.
You're here with me now.
Yeah,
Because I like being able to talk about, you know, the game and talk about the format and matches and everything with you guys. And I liked the streaming when I was testing the Demir mid-range deck after Lorwyn came out. But there was a comment that I made about when I first started doing deck techs and stuff like that at the start of the summer last year. I made a comment that I'm a little bit apprehensive to, because I did a lot of commentaries as post gameplay, right? I wasn't doing live commentary with the gameplay. And what I was saying is that when I was trying to do the live commentary, it was affecting my play a little bit, and I was making some mistakes or like missing some things. And I feel like that's what was happening as well when I was doing the stream and I was doing the testing and everything. So I do want to stream a little bit more, but I'm apprehensive to do it when I'm like really trying to hone down a deck. You know, if I'm just kind of like playing a little more casually, or I have a deck that I'm very familiar with already and is all built together and I don't need to make it as many changes, then you know, the commentary is easier for me to do.
Even if I mulligan and it was like, oh, the lands are there, I'm like, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, the same.
And if I look and it's not there, I'm like, heck yeah.
I mean, most people approach it the opposite way.
Okay.
I think it's I've done polls on this before, Mark. It is basically 50-50.
Years ago, old
people that look and people who don't look.
And most of the people who look also know that it doesn't matter. It's just kind of, you just get to see.
I don't trust my...
I don't look. I don't give a crap. If the hand is bad, I just get rid of it.
It doesn't matter. And like, I believe Chris when he says he's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
All lands. My opponent's just like...
Especially in a spot like this, right? We're in the finals here.
There was no looking.
But I feel like for Tony Portolan, I feel like this was just kind of a long time coming, right? He has been absolutely crushing the Pro Tour, nearly the player of the year in 2025. And here he finally is in the finals. The shot becoming a PT champ.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, we say your players like knocking at the door, right? They're going to, he's just been...
Tony always dresses more professional too. He's always got a collared shirt, nicer pants compared to the other players.
Tony's one of the best limited players on the Pro Tour, and that has helped propel him to the success that he's had.
It is actually unbelievable what his limited record is. It's nearly 80%. With a fairly large
80% limited rate?
He has
Damn.
a deep understanding of limited.
I wish I'm really bad at limited, guys. I'm so bad at draft.
Larson has kept, he's just on the decision about what he wants to put on the bottom.
Oh, he is going to 5 here.
Oh,
wow. Damn, it sucks.
Oh.
And he did look.
Tony's celebrating.
That's mulligan.
And
I think we all...
a draw spell.
We did ask our players before the tournament started about if they had any advice for trying to qualify for the first Pro Tour, and Tony said, learn limited.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is where you can probably get one of the biggest edges here. It's a lot more difficult to just truly come up with a deck that completely takes over field. It can happen, and when you do, it feels
yeah,
great.
man.
Is It Lessons was fantastic at the World Championship. These elemental decks have been doing very, very well, but oftentimes there's 2 or 3 well-known decks. Everybody kind of knows how to pilot them, and so it's harder to get a bigger edge there. Whereas in limited, there are often times, even these top pros, sometimes they focus a little too much in constructed. Maybe get a little rundown from their teammates, do like 10 drafts, and that's basically all they have.
Yeah, that would be me, guys. I'm such a bad drafter.
Don't forget to drink water when we ask.
He's right about that. Got to drink water, man.
Tony's the one who brought his water bottle, so I guess he took the advice.
Chris has got two down there, 2 bottles.
Yeah. Oh, there. So he's taken his own advice too. He's also a very good limited player. All right. So he has kept 5.
It is actually important
Funny
what you
enough, what
the
you
bottom.
put and where.
Hey, you're basically tutoring. I mean,
that is funny. If he ends up getting an excruciator down, those are cards that are very relevant.
That's so funny. Paul is absolutely right. I'm gonna put these 2 cards above my live. Oh wait, I might see them later.
And like,
okay, that's a 1 lander here.
Oh my God, kept 1 land.
Larson go back-to-back lands here to fire up the seat into stock up. Or we're going to have...
Nope. Quieting Hex, the worst. He hasn't been able to sideboard yet, guys, because they sideboard after 2 games. He's still got the Requiting Hexes in. Oh, dude. Stock up.
Yeah, I mean, these first 2
I mean, Tony doesn't really have anything, which is, favorable for Larson here.
Christopher Larson has to draw a land here. Fire off that deceit, find a blue source, cast stock up.
Yeah, you can see why he kept that 5. It has the tools. He just, and interestingly, it has the tools to win, right? Like that is a 5 that you're going to want to keep, but you do recognize that a good percentage of the time you just don't draw lands, and it's over.
A card like stock up is exactly
straight up, and that is land number 2 for Larson. Easy game.
I mean, it's basically do or die there, right? If you don't find land there, it's going to be so tough here. But Tony Portland does have 2 card draw effects here in Consult the Star Charts and stock up.
Yeah.
We'll be taking one of these.
Okay, taking the Consult,
I
yeah.
think if Larson flipped like a demon there, he just concedes, or
very close.
He did it. He did that in the quarters,
right? Okay. All right, got to be looking for more card draw. Ice Tail Explorers.
Yeah, that's the problem with Tony is that he doesn't have, even though Larson had a slow start, Tony just doesn't really have anything. Just a few burn spells. Well, I mean, burn spell and a full bore.
Sure. Well, he's just trying to kind of put together the combo pieces here. He does have the
Spell snare is good.
And he does have the escape tunnel in hand. So really just looking for Might Form Harmonizer if he can find it.
Larson at a cool 20.
And the nice thing, too, is he does have Spell Snare in his hand. And most of the ways to kill Might Form Harmonizer in all of Standard, all are 2 mana effects. We're looking at Bitter Triumph, Get Lost, cards of that nature. So, now that Tony is able to kind of build out more of his mana base, he can go Might Form Harmonizer. He can go full board and keep up Spell Snare and get the fetch land to protect
take stock up.
Harmonizer, at least against a singular copy of Bitter Triumph.
All right, who can top deck better? Wow. Yo!
Chris Larson did play out a Deceit. That was his draw, but the action continues.
All right.
Before Tony Portland finds an Ice Tail Explorer.
I guess the game is throwing Tony a bone after having that unlucky game 1 with no green.
To end this game as quickly as he can.
That is an incredibly stocked up graveyard there for Portalon. Look at that. All 4 of them in there.
Is that all 4? And a Consult the Star Charts.
Yeah. Card Selection City for Portalon. He hasn't done anything to, on board yet, but like you said, he can win out of nowhere with this deck. It plays out, in fact, in some
What do you
ways,
do here, man? I'm like,
in the sense that they both have a game plan that could.
I don't think you cast that Consult.
So I think with this amount of mana available, Tony can possibly just cast Consult the Star Charts. Not for
it's tempting to.
That you would be interested in doing, because all he's looking.
All right, now Larson's off the races with a stock up.
All right, and now he's tapped out, so he is definitely going to run out this Consult. If he finds a Might Form Harmonizer, he will have the win next turn.
Oh, that's right. Because he's got full bore.
That's 7 power. Play Escape Tunnel, sack Escape Tunnel, get a land. 28 damage coming in.
And you can see
there it is.
That's correct.
He's looking for Harmonizer, Burst Lightning.
There it is.
Oh my God, he got it!
And I think he's just going to show it to him
Yeah.
here because
Wow.
of his hand over on the side with the full bore there.
Wow.
And, as long as he has the escape tunnel, that's going to be GG. So 2 quick games to start things off here in the finals. Really not a lot of interaction so far. Hopefully we'll get something a little bit better there.
How about that, man?
They split the first 2 games and are going to now consult their sideboards.
Yeah, I mean, this is just part of the game, right? Sometimes you're going to have to mulligan. You're going to have to keep some subpar hands, especially when you go to 5. So you're just going to have games like this. But the nice thing is we are playing best of 5. We have sideboarded games. There's going to be a lot more interaction.
Yeah, so now there's going to be sideboarding. Certainly, Larson's going to get rid of those hexes. They don't do anything. I mean, maybe you keep like 1 or 2 just because of lands. The lands can kill you.
They kind of go past each other, or is there more interaction available between these 2 decks?
Well, Christopher Larson just has, I think the big edge Christopher Larson has are those 4 copies of Deceit, right? Because he can interact.
He also has Cruel Claw Heist in the sideboard. That'll help.
He have the 4 copies of Deceit. He also has all those Bitter Triumphs. So, which is why I think a lot of people think he has a small edge. And then after sideboard, all of a sudden you get to bring in more disruption. You get to bring in 2 copies of Shoot the Sheriff. You get to bring in potentially 4 copies of Duress to kind of get the counter spells, get some of the card draw spells. So I feel like, you know, if you're going into this matchup, you have to like Chris Larson. I think both players came into this event looking to beat on the Badger Mole Cup decks, and guess what? They did a great job of doing
Yeah,
so. But
I actually think I agree with Paul here.
you have to
That after sideboarding, I think Larson's got a bit of an edge.
Great stuff from the feature, hopefully upcoming, as we've got round games 2, 3, and maybe, 3, 4, and maybe 5 for you here from Pro Tour Sunday. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have our post-board games for you. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Weird start to the finals, huh, guys? You got Tony getting unlucky in the first game with no green, and then you got Larson getting unlucky in the next game with only 2 lands, being stuck on 1 land for a turn. Man, what an interesting... So I haven't seen that many matches from this event. I was a little busy yesterday. I was a little busy this morning. And Friday I watched a little bit. And the results have just been really interesting, man. Like the Cub decks, the Soul Type Reanimator decks really didn't show up. And I mean, what do you guys think? Like, I feel like there's something going on with that. Like, there's something weird with that, where these decks, you know, these Cub decks and these Soul Tyrant, like, these are really strong, debilitating decks for us when we play them on the arena ladder, or you play them in an MTGO challenge or whatever. These are really powerful decks that are really awful to play against sometimes. I mean, even to an extent, Is It Lessons? But all those decks really didn't do that well in this event. But I feel like, look, if you have a room, if you're sharing a suite or a hotel with 10 other pro players, and you're all collaborating and all conniving and scheming and planning as to how to beat those decks. How do we beat Soul Tie Reanimator? How do we beat Cup? How do we beat Lessons, right? You're going to come up with these things that work. But I feel like it's in a bit of a vacuum. Wouldn't you say so? Because you're playing just for the event. So I don't think the events are necessarily good representations of the actual power level of these decks, because I still think the Badgermole Cub decks and the Soul Tie Reanimator decks I still think those decks are really strong, but they're not performing as well in these events because you're putting these fantastic players all together and you're figuring out the exact number of each counter piece, right, to play in these events, because you know you're going to go up against like what, 30%. Well, actually it was like 46% Cub decks, guys. You know, I mean, some variant of Badgermole Cup, right? And if you know you're going to play like 10% of Is It Lessons and 12% of Soul Tie Reanimator and so on, then you just know what you're doing. So I don't know. I feel like I think it's weird. I said this a little bit earlier on in the stream. There's a difference between the meta of competitive Magic and the meta of Magic just for us as the player base. I feel like the competitive meta... What the heck is going on right now?
I'm guessing it's a little bit of a rest and break here. Okay. Now we get to see Mason Clark.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to keep talking. So I feel like the competitive meta actually is in a healthy place. Competitive Magic actually is in a healthy place because these pros have shown it. You got all these brews coming up with that you didn't expect, right? And you got this top 8 that has a variance of decks. And that's great. But I feel like for us as the player base, the meta is not as healthy. You know, it is a little bit hard and a little bit exhausting to play. And it is a little bit hard to build decks and stuff like that and come up with the right pieces of interaction and all that stuff. Let alone the fact that there's just so much content being pumped out. You know, we're already getting Ninja Turtles in a month, guys. Ninja Turtles is coming in just over a month. It's like 36 days. Actually, I think it's 35 days, but you see what I'm saying? It's just, and I think it's just hard for us as just the regular consumers to just like chill out and have a good time, you know? And it's just a little bit taxing both on our wallets, but also on just it's just your mental capacity and your motivation to keep playing. In Arena, I've been playing a little bit, and I'm seeing a lot of Cub, just so much Cub, so much Nature's Rhythm, and a lot of Landfall as well. A lot of Jeskai Control as well. That's kind of the ones that I've been seeing the most of, I think. Yeah, I agree, man. It's a big card pool. There's a lot of sets coming out. And I feel like it's just a little bit... I feel like it's easy to get burnt out on Magic right now. Even I did. You know, like even I did. After Lorwyn came out and I was testing Dimir midrange, I was like, man, I'm like, you know, really not feeling it. And I've just been doing these watch party streams for the past couple events.
Seems like one of the best decks that are actually good at attacking the decks that are also trying to attack the Cub decks, right? It's you know, a lot of decks are playing a bunch of...
Yeah, man.
This deck doesn't care if you're playing against...
I'm going to make another video about it, guys. I'm going to wait a little bit. I feel like I have Dimir midrange in a place that's pretty good, and I can actually provide a good video and some good commentary. And I want to do... I've been saying this for a little while, the past few streams. I have an Azorius Flyers list that is just awesome. And I actually put it together after my last video, which was the Landfall one. The next one I did was the next deck I was putting together was Azorius Flyers with Momo, right, Quantum Riddler, and stuff like that. It's really good. But I didn't want to do a video on it because I knew when Lorwyn came out, I would want to add some things to it, and I have. So I didn't want to do a video on it before Lorwyn came out because I would just have to do another one after Lorwyn came out, right? But I haven't done it yet because I've just been so focused on Dimir midrange, trying to figure it out, and then I need to take a break because I was getting too burnt out, right? So Dimir midrange, Azorius Flyers, Golgari midrange, and probably an Excruciator deck. I've been a little bit inspired seeing this stuff, but not too far from now, you know, maybe a little bit before Ninja Turtles comes out or something like that, I'm going to do another video talking about Standard and talking about Magic, just what it's like for us as consumers and players, because competitive Magic is healthy, but I don't think it's that healthy for the rest of us, you know?
That dead removal that would have been good at killing Llanowar Elves, taking out 3 copies of Burst Lightning, Thunder Magic, 2 copies...
What are they doing? Are they sideboarding or are they actually drawing, making? No, they're, yeah.
Dealing with a 6/6 demon if it enters the battlefield.
I've got another video that you guys will like. I'm going to do a, I've been a little bit slow on the scripting for it. It's been a little bit harder. It's one that I'm actually scripting, you know? And it's been a little bit slow because it's been a little bit more challenging than I thought it would be, but I'm doing a video on the different planes. So in the case of Lorwyn, right? This is the first time we've been back to Lorwyn in almost 16 years. Wait, no, 18 years. And that's cool. You know, Lorwyn, I remember for a while, people wanted to go back to Lorwyn, and there was like just crickets. Like, there's no way they're going to go back to Lorwyn, right? They just did what they wanted to do with that, and that's it. They can't go back. But then all of a sudden they are. There's other planes. There's other planes that we haven't been back to or that have just been cast to the wayside that I think the player base would love to, see come back in some way. Like look at Alara. Alara went to once, but that block was incredible. That block was so good. And that plane is so interesting. It's where Ajani came from. It's where Tezzeret came from. Elspeth was there for like most of her life, right? Sarkhan was there. And it's where Bolas first became a planeswalker, right? And all this stuff. There's cool stuff there, but we just never went back. And then there's other planes too. Like we haven't been back to Amonkhet. We haven't been back to Kaladesh, although you kind of were in Aetherdrift, but I don't really count that because Aetherdrift just sucks. But there's other ones too. Like there's older planes that haven't been returned to, like Mercadia and Roth and crap, I forget the other one. The one where Sarah Angel is from, There's other planes, and you talk about like Mirrodin and how it was destroyed and became New Phyrexia, but now the Phyrexians are dead, right? The New Phyrexians, they were destroyed. So what's going to happen to New Phyrexia, or what's going to happen to Mirrodin? Is there going to be another Mirrodin? Something like that. You know what I mean? There's stuff there that can be explored, and I don't know, man. Like I just feel like it would be really cool to, instead of just shoving out all these new things like Thunder Junction and all these universes beyond and the Strixhaven. Strixhaven's kind of cool, but it's basically Hogwarts, right? And so, you know what I mean? It's like all these new things. Like, what about those other things that we haven't been back to in a while, man? So I'm gonna make that one. So I got a few things lined up. That's like about 5 or 6 videos coming.
And resolve spells safely.
Back to Innistrad. That's going to be part of the video, bro. Is that you look at that, man. You look at Innistrad. You look at Ravnica and Dominaria. Bro, we've been to those planes like so many times. Like every time I took a break from Magic and I came back, it was like, oh, wow, I'm back to Innistrad. Oh, wow, I'm back to Zendikar. Like, it's just the same thing. Yeah, do you know anything about the fractured reality, Simba? Because I don't really know. I didn't really look into I didn't really look into it. I'm kind of curious about the fractured reality. What exactly is that?
Then on Tony's side, just thinking, all right, which land do I want to lead with? You can lead with the Bossing Say because you do need a basic land in play for that thing to come into play untapped.
Land go here from Larson.
Little jockeying for
kind of a weird hand for both players. I mean, Larson's got the better hand because he's got Deceit and Superior Spider-Man.
Perhaps discarding Deceit and then playing a Superior Spider-Man to copy it. That could be an option.
Yeah.
He had the option.
Yeah, Larson's got a little bit of a better hand.
Have a swamp. He could have done Deceit this turn,
but both are a little weird. Double Superior Spider-Man.
Following turn, so he's gonna
a Seer for Tony.
Move on with his life.
Tony looking to get an untapped or a basic land here.
On the Harmonizer.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Wait, where his draw
Full
was
bore Harmonizer and he has Fabled.
Wow, okay, his hand just got a lot better with that. Damn. A lot better with that.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Tony.
Damn. A lot better with that. With the Fabled Passage in hand. Damn.
So, I mean, Tony technically does have the combo here, right? I mean, turn 4, you first play the Steam Vents, then turn 4, you can warp out the Harmonizer.
You play to analyze the pollen.
And have the full bore ready to go with the triggers on the stack. Now, so Chris Larson, here's the thing, too. I mean, if you're Chris Larson, I suppose you can combo off next turn, so Chris Larson probably just going for the hand disruption.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to get that Harmonizer out for sure.
Yeah, and there's the Harmonizer.
Plus, look, he's got land 4, right?
Maybe.
Oh, but he can't pay the full cost for Deceit because he needs double blue.
If he draws a Black Lotus or something, maybe, but... Yeah, and Christopher Larson can just do the same thing. Ooh, land.
Yeah, okay. You got to do it.
Here, and look at this. I mean, this is that interaction. This is what puts...
Well, you don't even need the blue side because Tony doesn't have a permanent in play.
This is that new inclusion. This is
you got to take... you got to take... Actually, I don't know. Do you take Seer here, guys? Because the Spider-Man will just die, and then you can't copy Deceit because it's been exiled.
Right. You're kind of doing a similar thing here with Deceit.
I think you take the Seer. Is that weird?
Another really awesome target.
I think the other thing that you would take would be full bore
value card here. You
instead of consult the star charts.
Takes away a card from their hand. And this is your backup plan?
Right.
Yeah, the Factor is coming in October, and it's going to wrap up the 3-year story that's been building in Magic currently. Wow, he took the consult. I think that's probably the worst choice. I'm not going to lie, Simba. I've barely been following the current story because I think it's just crap. I know it's got something to do with loot and something to do with Jace, and Jace is trying to like go back in time or something like that. But I just don't care. Loot is a stupid character.
Christopher did. It's not the full combo.
Loot is a dude. You look at the stories that we've had, man. I mean, Simba, I'm not sure if you saw my video on the color combinations, but that's my favorite video that I put up on my channel. It talks about the history of color combinations in Magic. You know, when were the first combinations introduced? When do we have gold cards and stuff like that? And you look at the stories from those blocks. You look at the story of Ravnica, like the original story, or when we went back to Ravnica when Bolas was in power and War of the Spark, and then you look at Khans of Tarkir and that story, and dude, how do we go from all that to the loot story? Like such good creative stuff. Not a very good hand here for Larson, is it?
Doesn't necessarily need the second copy of Restless Reef. I imagine, or rather, I suppose you can also pitch the Swamp and the Restless Reef if you wanted to go double duress and give yourself the ability to have the second blue mana.
I kind of agree with what Paul's saying here. I think you do want double duress. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Because you don't need a second Reef. I don't think you need to play the second. You don't need to play the second duress right now. Oh, he did do it. He played both.
So Tony Portland is just on the card advantage engine from the Ice Till Explorer, plus Bossing Say.
Am I missing something? Why didn't Tony sear the Superior Spider-Man?
Yeah, Chris Larson deciding whether or not he wants to attack. Tony Portland can attack back next turn for 4 damage.
What did I miss, guys? Why didn't he sear the Superior Spider-Man in response?
Because Tony Portland able to play 2 lands a turn here.
But he can't combo off from this position, right?
I'm so confused. I don't know why he did that, man. Yeah, Chris, you're right, man. The Phyrexians are the best villain in Magic for sure. And I'm not going to lie, like, they're just such a good villain in general. Like, if you look at other forms of media, and the Brothers' War is a very good story.
Even if you're just completely out of gas, you can just make sure that you just have tons and tons of mana in play.
Yeah.
And,
that honestly, that whole arc of those 4 sets from Dominaria United, Brothers' War, New Phyrexia, and March of the Machine, it was incredible. I just really didn't like how March of the Machine ended because I thought it ended too abruptly. And like the Phyrexians was dead because Elspeth is back. It's like, what? What? You're telling me that? You know, I just didn't like the way that they handled that. But it was cool, you know, because that's what the Phyrexians would do. They would try to go invade the whole multiverse because they don't see a limit to their power and their consumption, right?
Oh, is that Mountain in hand?
I think so.
Okay, excuse me. That was...
What am I missing here, guys? Why didn't Tony sear the Superior Spider-Man?
Bigger than the Excruciator, right?
Yeah, like way bigger.
And something that you can consistently get back over and over again.
Yeah, I know what's happening.
Got Sandman, huh?
It's like not my first rodeo.
Yeah, been here before.
So 2 Ice Till Explorer triggers on the stack here.
Okay. Milling Escape Tunnel and milling Ice Till Explorer is definitely not bad.
Yeah.
Don't want 2 Ice Till Explorers.
What blue-black deck wouldn't want the ability to get a bunch more
play extra lands every turn? Yeah.
I mean, even the mill's relevant in this deck.
Hits a Soul Guide Lantern off of the land.
Yeah.
All right, so now does he have He doesn't have access to 5 green mana because
What are the chances that Larson copies the Ice-Till Explorer with the Superior Spider-Man, guys?
and still play.
I think it's pretty high. I think he does it.
Jeez.
And that's kind of the only thing he can do based on his hand here.
I'm just looking what's my target.
Yeah, for the
All the
boss,
time in the world.
Just figuring out would
He said all the time in the world, yeah.
spend.
Okay. That
Gonna be a
forest.
forest.
Now we have a 7.
Sandman.
Sandman.
16.
I mean, this Sandman.
Sandman is big.
Can't be blocked by small creatures, and you can recur it.
Right. So
It's annoying.
yeah, I mean, look, Tony does have kind of this
Ooh,
their
that was a
game plan
demon.
here. Okay, but he doesn't have the mana to play it just
No,
yet,
so he's
right?
going to do Winter Night Stories.
Yeah.
Harmonizing Winter Night
Okay, but
Stories,
though
yeah.
With the Winter Night Stories, you can discard the demon, of course,
Right.
and then Superior Spider-Man it into play and try to close out the game with that Restless Reef.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do for sure.
Hey, this could be it for Larson.
This could be it.
Yeah, and he's got the Restless Reef in play. Tony doesn't have any
Very
removal
good.
here.
Yup.
Okay, 6 cards left.
Yup.
Once again, we see excruciating.
And then the reef.
The battlefield in the form of
Oh, that's why he didn't play the Seer, guys.
So it is a 4/4.
Oh my God, why did I not see that? You know why I didn't see that? Because I'm not a pro player, and Tony's in the finals, and I'm not. That's why he didn't play the Seer. But then it got discarded anyway. Wait, but it got discarded anyway. Wait, what? Wait, no. It got discarded anyway, right? Because it was on a duress? So yeah, he would have played it in response to kill the Superior Spider-Man.
Right.
reef.
He doesn't have a way to get
Triggered ability
instants
here,
and
so
sorceries
will that
back,
give
right?
Tony Portolan
Well, even then, he could still
time
play it.
to try to pressure.
Okay, so never mind. I have no idea why he didn't play that Seer. I have no idea why he didn't play the Seer on the Superior Spider-Man.
Turn you get.
It is. Is there a double block for Larson? Right now, the Deceit is tabbed.
The issue now is Tony also just can't play any more lands.
Right, because
Right.
it'll just mill.
It'll just mill because
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
score, but so
Paul's right.
can this
Can't play
7/7
lands. It'll mill him out.
And Bossing Say, get it done because you can Bossing Say turn that forest into a 4/4 in attack with both.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this, though, this still favors
The 4/4
Tony.
comes back into play and then forces a trigger off of the Ice-Till
You're
Explorer.
right. I think he can get away with one trigger, though, because of the spider.
Yeah, he can get
sense,
away with
right?
one, exactly.
Like one mill.
Right.
Yes,
is not gonna,
he can get away with
the game's gonna
one.
end for Tony
And then the
before
Sandman would
one
win the
mill
game.
occurs.
Yeah, attack trigger.
If,
mill. But if you're on Chris Larson's side at that point, then you
well,
can
Larson can just leave the Spider-Man back as a blocker, right? And then it would only be 2 damage getting in from the Ice-Till Explorer.
Right. You need at least 3 power just to be able to block it.
Yeah.
There's 2 in play.
Are the cards good?
You know what Tony's going to have to do, guys? He's going to have to Spider Sense the Reef
They're not a solid.
because it's a triggered ability.
Solitude white card, gotcha.
Yeah, that would be good.
And the answer is no. Those cards are not good.
Yeah.
But I think Larson.
Yeah, so if Tony Spider Senses the Restless Reef,
Kind of have it on the battlefield.
it buys him another turn,
Have here
but he would still lose if he doesn't answer
a seer or 2
because
left.
Larson has turns 3 turns, right, to draw cards, drawing an extra card off the Excruciator.
Are only 6 cards deep.
The turns take a little longer.
Right. And let's not forget, Larson does get to draw 2 cards a turn, and he
Yeah.
may be able to just find a removal spell here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Tony's actually good. Yeah, he can swing with
You could
everything
also
here.
just attack with Ice-Till Explorer and hope Chris.
Oh yeah,
blocks it.
definitely attack with Ice-Till
Or just
Explorer because if Larson blocks it, that's actually
attacking is
still
not gonna be
favorable.
Chris Larson's route to victory. He wants Chris Larson to attack with all his creatures as he's at 16 life here.
Absolutely. So
that's
Larson
just
actually
the
can't
damage
attack
coming
with both. He would only be able to attack with one. Neither of them
in.
have
4/4
right. The demon doesn't even have flying, guys, because it's Superior Spider-Man.
goes to 7.
Oh, and Tony's.
Oh no, wait, it does, right? Because it's a copy, so it gets all abilities, including flying. That's right, right? Doesn't it get all abilities, including flying? Yeah, it does. It does.
Excruciator.
Okay.
Don't want the Riddler.
Don't want to play Riddler
Okay, so he hit Watery Grave, Quantum Riddler.
Okay, yes.
and Stalker. You can't play anything.
Probably don't
And,
want
and
that.
Okay, so I think.
somehow.
I think if you're Chris,
I think what Tony should actually do is... Wait, Tony didn't attack last turn, huh?
Right? But you can block
But he could still
the
gets to
Restless
eat
Reef,
the reef.
right? Because you attack, it triggers,
Uh,
you Spider... I mean, what
Spider
a draw
Sense
that
and then
was.
block it, yeah.
That was such a big draw.
Seriously, that Spider Sense is probably going to win in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now you can eat the Restless Reef.
And that's why we saw that Sandman stay home.
It does have Death Touch.
Okay, but whatever.
Right, of course. It's just, you don't get to activate that again.
I mean, Portalon wants to...
I might have actually blocked with the land there, guys, because now the Sandman won't be able to attack because Tony didn't have the mana to return it to field that turn. I might have blocked with the land, even though the Ice Steel mills me one.
He could also draw a Reef for the turn. He still has 3 cards left. So if he draws a Reef...
Heritage Reclamation doesn't do anything.
No, he'll deck himself. He only has 3 cards left.
It has to be Insatiable
It
Avarice?
has to be Insatiable.
It has to be Avarice, they're right, yeah.
Awkward.
But how many cards does Tony have right now? 4?
Yeah.
4.
So if you cast Insatiable Avarice, Tony still has another turn, right? So is that even enough? You cast it, Tony draws, he has no cards left, and then Chris...
No cards left, yeah.
Can he force him to block?
Oh, there's a Reef.
Is that enough? Oh, he's got 2 cards left, and he did draw Bitter Triumph.
Oh, really? He has 2 cards left. Okay, well, then he's good.
It looked like 1, but
oh
it looks
my
like
God.
he has 2 cards
and
left.
one of those was a Reef. Are you kidding me,
So
Christopher Larson?
I mean, he's done this before. And remember, you can use Bitter Triumph to kill the land to mill Tony an extra card here if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So it could have been Avarice plus Triumph,
right?
Also for the win.
It could have,
But
yeah.
I think that Reef, unless Tony finds, like, how many Spider Senses does he have?
I don't know. Any
or did he bring in, I should say?
Right. If he has any, he would have brought all of them in.
Right. Because I'm only aware of the one there.
Right.
Yeah, so now he's going to bring back Sandman.
So Christopher Larson, if he's going for the win here, will have 0 cards left in his deck.
Yeah.
He needs this Restless Reef to attack.
So Tony plays 2 in the main.
And
which
he's found
we assume
1.
He left them in.
All right, here we go. Here's the draw.
Is the other one the top card of that library?
Wistfulness.
Wistfulness does not get it done here.
Does not get it done, no.
Are we now at a point?
Wait, if he Wistfulness, he draws 2. If Spider Sense is one of them.
Oh, Spider Sense is in there, yeah.
Christopher Larson draws 2 cards, tries to hit him with the Reef. He Spider Senses, then Tony
Yeah.
draws 1 card, but then he would lose.
But yeah,
he would lose to Bitter Triumph
right,
on
Bitter
the Forest.
Triumph on the Lamb is still something that
Yep.
exists here.
But
Heritage
he doesn't know about
But
that.
Heritage Reclamation can also draw you a card.
Yep.
Just
2
one
mana.
card.
Just one card.
Yep, just 1. See if Spider Sense is in there.
No, he's going for draw 2.
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know,
He doesn't
yeah.
know about the Bitter Triumph. This is going to open that door.
Oh, no.
For the Restless Reef. Doesn't find it.
Didn't find it anyway, yep. That's it.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
Man, Doomsday Excruciator, man. What a freaking card.
My gosh, this is the second time he's done this.
This is unbelievable that he found that Reef.
Oh my gosh.
And if he hadn't have found the Reef...
He discarded one previously too.
Totally.
That was the 3rd Reef.
Totally. If he
Well,
hadn't
he's
have
got
found
4
that
Reefs in the
Tony
deck.
wouldn't have had to do any of this.
No. Portaland was just going, hey, I just hope you don't have another Reef. Oh, you drew it? Okay, well, I guess now it's on me.
How does Larson always find that Reef?
This is ridiculous, guys. Yeah, just go for the Bitter Triumph, man. Discard stock up, yeah. Man, Ice Steel Explorer is bad, guys, because it actually kills Tony. I feel like you almost want to sideboard it out, but you can't because it's so important for the capo. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Is he casting Reclamation in response because he's going to mill anyways? Okay. Last card. Is it a...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yep.
Christopher Larson.
Oh no.
And he does it in his typical
Oh
dramatic
no.
fashion, with both players on 0 cards effectively.
So if that last card was Seer,
Yes, then he could have.
he could have killed the 4/4.
Yes,
but then he still would have died on
just
the draw.
loses. Yeah,
He still would have lost on his draw. Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking about that. If
Oh no, guys.
That's a new card where you can shuffle all exile
Doomsday
cards.
Excruciator.
Need an answer for this Excruciator deck. Especially if you play against Chris Larson, he's just always going to have the Reef, either in play or on top.
I will say this, guys. The Excruciator deck is actually not that bad to play against because you can play like Bounce Off into the Flood Mob, right? That will take care of the Reef, and that's the main way to win the game. And the counter spells on the Excruciator isn't that great because you have Superior Spider-Man, right, to bring it back and stuff. But really, it's the Reef that does it. Because the opponent is drawing an extra card, so they will run out of cards first. So as long as you can you still have a healthy life total and stuff, and you get rid of the Reef, then that's it. But there's a few interesting things with this. One is that if you actually have Bossing Say with the Reef, then that is potentially really good because if they try to remove your Reef, then it comes back. But if the bounce spells still work, right, Bounce Off and into the Flood Maw. But another thing is that this is what I'm saying, guys, with the Morn Song Aria. You know, for those of you guys who were here when I was showing you that card, the Morn Song Aria, that's literally a win condition alongside the Reef. Because sure, they may have a Bounce Off or into Flood Maw for the Reef, but now you're taking an extra card. You know, you're taking cards first from your deck with the Aria and before me. So you're going to run out of cards before me.
You could still maybe go back to back.
But it's a little bit risky because, look, if the bottom 6 cards of their library are better than yours, then with the Aria in play, it's like, oh, well, you're just getting better stuff, and I'm out of, I'm out of things to do now, and I'm just dead. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try making an Excruciator deck.
I mean, and he's also just been around. I mean, he's been playing the game for so long at an extremely high level.
He still has the hexes in, or is that his sideboard? That's his sideboard. Yeah, yeah. I feel like
He doesn't listen to his teammates anyways, but I guess
I think Tony should get rid of an Ice Tail Explorer. Go down 1 copy because it is risky in this matchup.
Funny part is Larson.
Go down an Ice Tail Explorer.
About translating my deck, my cyber card. Okay, round 15. Javier was like, "Why haven't you asked before?" I'm like,
just wing it, you know.
Well, he did say he went against his team's instructions on play.
Right.
Well, for round 16, it was important. I knew the Spanish words.
You just needed it for the 1 round.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Cedric asked.
Well, I gotta say, I'm really glad it's these 2 guys in the finals. They're really respectful. They're really good players. They're entertaining to watch.
I don't know. You can also sense the urgency.
They're professional. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call Larson that professional, but yeah, Ice Tail is part of his combo, but it's not necessary. It's not a necessary part of the combo. The necessary part of the combo is Harmonizer, Full Bore, Fabled Passage, or Escape Tunnel. That's the real combo piece. So Ice Tail is just like a bonus. So I think, I can't remember if he has 4 or 3 or 4 in the main, but I think he should go down 1 because, I mean, it can lose him the game, right? Once he gets down to 6 cards in the library, because even playing a land, like in Tony playing his own land, you know.
He crushes limited every single time, and Sanctum of All always seems to find some interesting take on the format that's good enough. And you combine that with a limited win rate.
Yeah, I mean,
It is, isn't it?
If you're just guaranteed to start every day.
So what I'm thinking is I've been kind of debating or debilitating in my mind what I would do for the Dimir Excruciator build. I'm tempted to say that 3 Excruciators is too much. So like maybe 2 Excruciators and then 1 or 2 Superior Spider-Mans and then maybe like 2 or 3 Deceits, because Spider-Man not only copies Excruciator, it also copies Deceit.
I think both.
But then just having other stuff, you know, like having the Avarice, right, to tutor things up, having Beseech the Mirror to tutor things up possibly as well, having the Mornsong Arias as an alternate win con, or potentially a primary win con. Intimidation tactics. Oh, you got to take that Serac for sure.
Larson just has access to so much hand disruption.
Wow, look, Cruel Claw's heist on the next turn. Damn!
You get that as well.
My God. Take the Ice Tool Explorer? Actually, maybe...
I mean, Larson,
actually, yeah, take the Ice Tool Explorer.
I feel it almost looks like he's kind of playing an anti-combo deck.
Yeah.
Just by having access
Yeah,
to all of
that's a good way to say it. Anti-combo combo deck.
More proactive approach here with some threats like Serac, but Chris Larson just happy. He's just like, my combo is just my demon. I just need to cast my. I don't have to search it up or do anything. Just at some point, I'm gonna find a demon.
Well, see, that's the thing is that if you don't find it, then.
And we see Cruel Claw's heist here, and I think he said no gift.
Yeah, no gift.
No gift.
Get that Serac most likely out of the hand.
Oh, he took the Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, because he has Superior Spider-Man in hand. Sure. Yeah, probably take Serac.
But having access to even more of these, especially against these combo-based decks, has been great for Larson.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
A path that Tony can take to victory here just by playing it and getting a slightly more aggressive draw.
Yeah, they're both exiled, yeah. Serac and the Lantern are both exiled.
A bit of digging here with Wistfulness. Stock up off the top would be nice. It's turn 3, so probably want to get that starting town in play.
Yep.
And it's just a land, it seems.
Yeah, black is my favorite color, Yo-Yo. In Magic, for sure.
A seer.
The first modern deck I ever played was a mono black mid-range with Phyrexian Obliterator at the time. Because Phyrexian Obliterator, believe it or not, guys, used to be a really strong card.
I think it's time to stock up, though.
Yep.
And this is
yeah, black is very much my favorite color. I think my favorite deck to play over the past 3 years was Mono Black Demons when Annex first came out, and we still had Archfiend of the Dross and Children.
Now, if you just play the Forest and slam the Ice Tool Explorer, I mean, you're not going to be able to get any value, at least this turn.
I didn't really like the mono black deck that got really popular with Lolth, though. Remember Lolth and Blood on the Snow and Faceless Haven? I didn't really like that one. That one was annoying. I didn't really like playing that one as much. And Meat Hook Massacre.
Deciding between those cards. All right, that's a lot more action,
But
right? That's just
otherwise, black has always been my favorite color.
Spells here if you need, and you know Tony's deck's not really putting a whole lot of pressure. So we've seen Chris Larson just fire off Insatiable Avarice.
I had a nice Jund deck when the Tartier block came out, and then the next Ravnica or the next Zendikar set came out. I had a Jund deck back then that I kind of liked, which is weird because the Khans block wasn't the Alara colors, right? It wasn't the Shard colors. It was the wedge combinations. But
fortunately, I mean, Chris Larson doesn't have
red. Yeah, red is one of my favorites. But honestly, red is I only like red because of dragons. Dragons and demons. That's my thing. Dragons and demons.
For Chris Larson, no way to discard it just yet.
Green is probably my second favorite color.
Superior Spider-Man could copy.
Mono green was the first standard deck I made back in the Zendikar block. And then Scars of Mirrodin block and the Corsets.
Oh, excuse me. It looks like it's in the graveyard, but it is
going to play a 4/4.
Just a 4/4, yeah.
Okay. And Tony Portland does have the Seer, so he's probably happy that he has a target.
Yeah.
He has 2 of
yeah,
them.
So that's kind of how I look at it as well, Yo-Yo. Instead of monocolors. I've definitely started to look at it more in terms of combinations. My favorite color combination is Jund. It's my 3 favorites, right? Altogether. I like Jund, I like Sultai, I like Dimir, I like Golgari.
Right.
So he's going to stock up.
Kind of like Teamer.
It seems plays that way. Because you could go Deceit first to see what they have, and then go land stock up, or decide to duress if you need
Abs and Golgari. Yeah.
Stock up first here for Larson.
And I believe that was a Soul Guide Lantern.
Yeah, but he doesn't want it unless he had 2 of them in that pile.
Oh, shoot the Sheriff.
He went
shoot the Sheriff, yeah.
And that's going to keep this board state much more manageable here for Larson.
Okay, Tony, can you get a land going?
Yeah, Naya, unfortunately, the shard combinations haven't been as competitive lately. I think Esper has some potential, though. I do think there's some potential in Esper now, guys, because of, not because of just the shock lands, but also because of a couple of these cards that came in this set. But yeah, unfortunately, the shard combination, I mean, Bant is obviously really strong, but, like... I think Bant is kind of the enemy right now between Bant Rhythm and Bant Airbending.
Untap. I mean, he can just kind of rip apart Tony.
Mardu's a fun one.
More card draw.
Mardu's a fun one. My only problem with Mardu is that it just, even now, it doesn't have enough like card draw and stuff really. But it's cool. It's just, I feel like it's hard to be 3 colors without a way to draw some cards.
Land off the top, though Chris did already have one.
And this could be a good time to just run out Duress.
Okay.
See what Tony is working with. Tony,
I mean, this demon is looming, is it not?
It is. And Chris Larson just playing it as safe as he possibly can in case it's a full bore.
Yeah, no, this is not the time to play the demon. Definitely not.
Now you can play out the Deceit to get the Wistfulness if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, that is Tony's plan for next turn.
Right, just hard casting that for a little bit of value.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, please take my Seer. It's like, nope, sorry.
Nope.
I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
And then land go is
okay, now we're getting close to Excruciator time.
Excruciator Avarice here. Does he have
yeah, this is gonna crush Tony.
He has one in play right now.
No, he doesn't.
There is no Reef in play now.
Insatiable Avarice, which is that's the other way to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something.
Oh.
I mean, that
big top deck.
Now, Chris Larson does have, I believe, the rest still in hand here.
You didn't pay him, right?
And he can cast that and the demon next turn.
Yeah.
I'm in no pain.
5.
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5. He gets 2 of them.
That's a Spell Pierce, not great.
Spell Pierce, Ice Toe Explorer.
I mean, is Larson, like, does he just go Duress, Demon, Avarice you? I hope you had fun?
You heard Marshall? That was funny.
He is at a high life total here, so, and I mean, Tony didn't even.
Took an Earthbender Ascension and a Fabled Passage.
Consult the Star Chart.
Yeah, I could see that.
Plus Earthbender Ascension, far away from comboing here, so yeah, perhaps Chris, and especially
I could see that, yeah.
In play, if Ice Tail Explorer is
Okay,
in play,
getting rid of the Fabled Passage, milling 2
you just
cards.
slam the Excruciator.
Wait, he did that wrong. You're supposed to mill first.
We saw that in the prior game.
You're supposed to mill first. You mill and then you crack the Fabled Passage, and then you shuffle, or search. It enters mill and then shuffle. So Tony actually did that wrong. I might not matter, but
Mills you for 1, and that was the difference.
yeah, he did that wrong. He should have milled both of those cards before shuffling.
3 triggers.
Okay. Is that a Fabled Passage?
Yes.
All right. Still has access to the Seer.
He can Earthbender Ascension here.
He can.
I think casting Seer is not bad here instead of Earthbender Ascension. I think Earthbender Ascension is better on the next turn.
Going to need a sequence of draws to
right.
I mean, seemingly, I mean, look, Tony doesn't know that Larson has the Doomsday Excruciator, right? But
that's just not nearly enough pressure.
because obviously, like, this is getting to be the time where Larson should cast the Doomsday. Like, Tony's got the Ice. This is exactly what I was saying, guys. Like, Tony's got the Ice Tail Explorer in play, and that's going to, like, screw him up because of the Excruciator coming down.
No.
Crack the Fabled Passage in response to mill. Yeah, that's true. You can.
Yeah,
But even when the island enters and then you shuffle. So the island enters first, so then you have to mill off the island.
But
So in that case, you're right, Simba, but he would have had to mill one card.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you're in Larson's seat, the only thing you're really worried about at this point is the oops, I win unfair.
Yeah, I just don't see just enough pressure here. Might form
Yeah, this is, I don't know if I would have played that Earthbender Ascension there.
Once the demon hits play with the Avarice, what can Tony do?
I mean, he'll have a turn.
Yo, Doomsday Excruciator, guys. Can you believe it? Would you have ever guessed before this event that, oh, by the way, Doomsday Excruciator is going to win the event?
And there it is, Doomsday Excruciator.
Oh my God.
For Larson, that means that our libraries are only going to be 6 cards now.
6 cards left.
The Ice-Till Explorer, guys. The Ice-Till Explorer, because Tony needs to play lands to activate the Earthbend Ascension.
Before firing off that insatiable Avarice.
He has Deceit and Avarice still in hand.
And Spell Pierce is just not going to be near.
Spell Pierce is not going to do it. No way.
I just don't think Tony has too many options to win this game.
Oh, yeah. This is just...
Christopher Larson on the verge of Pro Tour victory if he can just close this one out.
Counting the library. You got the seat. You have the Avarice.
Too hard on the other way.
Bossing say, Tony just trying to get something going here.
This is the best he can do.
Well, get ready to see Excruciator on the arena ladder, guys.
So 2 cards going to hand here for Larson.
Oh, boy. I mean, look, the thing is, though, Tishana's Tidebinder.
And a duress.
Oh, my God. But Tishana's Tidebinder, you know, like, I mean, if Demir midrange made it into this finals, then I don't think Larson would be doing that good because you can just Tishana the Excruciator.
Right. Presumably you want to lead with, oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I think, well, you're just going to go for the Deceit kill. So I think next turn, it's just duress you, make sure the coast is clear, attack you with my Reef, win the Pro Tour.
Yep, because he'll be able to take that Seer before Larson activates the Reef.
For Portalon.
Too little, too late here.
He just can't get through for 20 at this point.
Right, there is no full bore.
Right.
And Christopher Larson has 2 blockers in play right now.
Yeah, there's no way to get... Wait, but can't Tony get Trample? Wait, but Tony can get Trample, right? Because there's a Fabled Passage in the graveyard.
Seer,
Hold on! Whoa! No. They're screwing this up.
Where you can somehow get the Harmonizer.
Because even without the full bore, that land is a 4/4. Well, with the 2 blockers, yeah, because the demon's a 6/6, right?
Doubling triggers that need to happen, particularly on the Ice-Till Explorer.
Exactly, it starts at 2, so it needs an extra double, and you have to get in for all of it.
Explorer needs to double 4 times by itself.
No, Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's no. Hold on. You warp the Harmonizer. You play the boss. Well, wait, but Tony might not have basics. Tony might not have basics in the bottom 4 cards. So it's just you know what I mean? You'd only get 1 trigger off of the Fable Passage because you got to find a basic. Or if he's got no basics in there. Because otherwise it would be like 4 doubled, which is 8, doubled again, which is 16, doubled again, which is 32, and that's all trample. So that would be 22 damage.
Are there enough?
But he doesn't have basics, probably.
That can make this work.
Yeah, I don't think he has basics.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yup, you gotta do it like that.
Is there a basic land even in Tony's deck?
Yup, that's the problem. Does Tony have basics? Yup, trigger. Yup.
That last one was the mill.
Ice-Till Explorer will probably...
Organizing the triggers here. You gotta crack the Fabled Passage in response to the trigger here. Because you gotta try to find a basic before you mill.
He's going
at Larson.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought I had this.
Yo, what's good? I really hope that Tony's got it. I hope he's got a few basics in there. Oh, wait, is he milling first?
Careful.
Sir, find the land, bro. Okay, mill the spider sense.
Spider sense off the fabled passage trigger. And this is
Another fabled passage. Okay, double again.
Okay,
That's
but
16 power.
Can't get more cards into hand, right?
Are the last 2 cards basic lands?
He needs basic lands, bro.
He has to get both creatures out of the way, right?
Well, no, with the
Oh my
Earthbender
God.
Ascension, when it gets to the
Yeah, I
4th
fucked
counter,
up.
it gives
Oh, it's bad. I played too fast for myself.
it gives creatures.
Did
trample.
Larson just say he fucked up?
Okay.
Holy shit, that was bad play by me.
No, he might not be dead though. Tony's got to find a basic. Yep. Attack.
Larson looks very.
Yep. Yep.
Right?
Crack. Okay, here we go, guys. Is there a basic?
If there is a land. There needs to be a land.
There's no
Be
basic.
a land though.
There's no basic.
There's no basic. No. Oh no.
He sacrificed the fabled passage.
Did he seriously put
Right.
together 32 trample here?
No way.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, because he earth bent it. He earth bent it, guys. He earth bent it.
My
So it came back.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Holy crap.
Tony.
Just
No, I just
stole that game.
Oh my God.
Unreal. Christopher Larson was hoisting the trophy in his head.
Holy crap.
that was bad.
That is
And
unbelievable.
I was so confused. I thought blah, I can't even talk. I knew that he did the bossing save because he moved the land to the front, but I was just like, oh well, that's going to be like another attacker. But like, dude, he doesn't even need to find a basic. He just sacks it. It comes back. You get the next trigger.
Bounced.
Holy crap,
That was an unbelievable theft of a victory there.
dude! This event has been awesome. We have seen awesome stuff the past few
Absolutely
games.
did not. That might form harmonize. By the way, Tony drawing that might form harmonizer first of all, and then
That's true. He did top deck it, didn't he? He top decked it.
Make it work. And Chris, I mean, he's shell shocked right now. There's still one more.
Yep.
Game. You need to rebound and be ready for that final game. But I mean, he just kind of saw it unfold. He was like, I cannot believe this.
Yes.
I'm actually going
Wow.
to die. There's an Earthbender Ascension. There's no way you can get up to 4, right?
Right.
Because it still gives trample. We were talking about full bore, but of
I
course
mean, I saw it like earlier, right? I was saying that's what I was saying, guys. He's got Fabled Passage in the. I said it earlier in that turn.
bounces.
He drew the Harmonizer, and I was like, wait, he's got a Fabled Passage in the graveyard.
Even if you top deck might form harmonizer.
Yeah, so it was hard to see Simba, but Tony had enough mana to warp the Harmonizer and Earthbend the Fabled Passage. So I think he had to use all of the lands that he had, but then he played Fabled Passage, both from the graveyard, and then the Earthbent one he sacrificed, so it came back into play. So then that was 3 land triggers.
Christopher Larson to gather himself. And
Holy
dial
crap.
into this last one. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, game 5.
I mean, I said it, guys. I said it earlier. I just didn't see that line, though, with the earthbending. I just didn't see that, but I said it. Holy crap. What a phenomenal event. Dude, I didn't even see that, bro. I'm thinking, like, he needs a basic in there, and he just had the earthbend. Yeah, man. Props to Tony for pulling it out, stealing that game. Stealing that game. Dude, Larson couldn't even keep his composure, man. He literally said right on camera, I fucked up. I can't remember the last time I heard a pro just like drop an F-bomb on camera. Oh, man. It would have been more exciting, though, if Tony had a basic in the bottom 2 cards, wouldn't it? It would have been more exciting. But it didn't matter. He had the insurance plan. Just spend the Fable passage, and then you sack it and it comes back. So yeah, I mean, yo, like you were asking, doesn't he need the Ice Steel Explorer for the combo, right? And I was like, nah. And he totally did. He would have won that game without it, because he got both Fable passages from the graveyard. I mean, that's just because, though, look, Larson was picking apart his hand, right? Like Duress, Cruel Claw, taking away all the combo pieces, everything. But
welcome back to coverage of Pro Tour Lorwyn.
He just
the
said
agony
I
of defeat, a game that you
Oh
thought
my
had
God.
in the bag, and indeed a trophy you thought
Oh,
had
man.
in the bag as well. Look there at our players in the last game.
Oh my
This is why we
gosh,
love
man.
Magic, baby. Give me your reactions, Monty.
Look, 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, we had Chris Larson
Man.
sure that he was about to win the Pro Tour. We had his teammates essentially tripping over themselves, getting that ready to
We
rush
can
in.
see them right
Eh.
over
I
there.
am looking at them
They're
as they
ready
were
to go.
ready to rush in. 5 minutes ago, past the turn,
It was all you,
he
Yo-Yo.
was so sure he was going to
I'm like, nah, he
win,
doesn't need that.
saving it for a double discard to ensure the
He's just
win.
like, nah, what the hell do you know, bro?
About 4 minutes ago, Tony Bordelon turned
Oh
it
my
around,
God.
won the game essentially out of nowhere with the most limited of tools after having been doomstayed. And now we're here. We're going to a game 5. And look, throughout the weekend,
Oh
we talked
my
about the
God.
mental game and preparation.
What an
We
entertaining
talked about the
event.
fact that, you know, Marco Balaka in a great position loses a few rounds in a row, has to reset. I don't think that even comes close to the mental reset you need to be able to do.
Oh man, yeah. Now, man, after all that, now the players just need to take a deep breath, play of game 5.
Now you have to reset from
My goodness,
the
bro.
loss of that and go back
That
to
is like the game-winning shot to tie it and send it to overtime. You know what I mean?
all of it. It's one game.
Well, not it wouldn't be game-winning then, but you know, at the buzzer, the three-pointer to tie the game and send it into overtime. That's what that was.
So talk to me, Monty, about how a player like Christopher Larson, he's no stranger to the game. He loves Magic. He just loves being here and playing despite the top 8, despite the money and the trophy and all that. How do you get back from that kind of thing happening?
Yeah, I mean, this is the beauty of the game, and also this is the beauty of people who care so much. Is
Man.
that passion is a double-edged sword, where the more you care, the more you love the game, the more passionate you are, the harder a situation like that hits. The good news is for Chris, he is a storied competitor. He has been here before. He has been in top.
He's going to be on the play too.
Definitely made mistakes before. He has taken losses before. And
I don't know if that was even a mistake on his part, right, guys? I don't think he played that incorrectly at all. I mean, he kind of like said that at the end. He was like, oh, I played too fast or something. I disagree. I think I would have played the Excruciator on the turn that he did as well. Because he could have played it sooner than that. And he didn't, which was the right thing to do. So I actually think he did that fine. Like, look, Tony just top-decked a Might Form Harmonizer. Like, that's literally what happened. He top-decked the Might Form Harmonizer, and he happened to, like, have the thing, you know, the stuff to, you know, to do the full thing on that turn.
Get all the minutia of a tough matchup like this down.
Thanks, Yo-Yo. I appreciate that, brother.
Right. Well, we've got a game
I appreciate
5
that.
as our decider, everyone. I'm going to pass it on over to Marshall and Paul. You don't want to miss this.
Yeah, thanks, Maria. This is one of those, you know, reality comes at you fast situations.
Yeah, it does, man. I mean, yo, that's what happened, guys. Like, I really think, I don't think Larson should even be upset. Like, he played that great, and Tony just top decked the Might Form Harmonizer, man. Oh, he looks so depressed. I feel bad, bro. He shouldn't even feel that bad about it.
I mean, he got very lucky there. He's
Got very lucky, yep.
He's got a new lease on life to become a PT champion.
He's going to frame that Might Form Harmonizer.
I gotta say, guys, I really am rooting for Tony, though, because he's a player I've been watching for a while. One of my favorite pro players. Just hasn't really pulled through. You know, hasn't pulled through in the events that I've seen him in.
From what I've seen,
Yo, he has the reef already on the field, dude.
With all the hand disruption, still has a great hand here. 2 lands, Cruel Claw's Heist, and Deceit, and a stock up.
Larson is starting with 6 cards this time.
6 cards. Look at these hands from both players. Both really good. Bossing say
We're going to see
Deceit off the bat. Yep. Larson needs another land though. Oh, I think you gotta. Oh, what the? That is. Gonna take the Sirac? I would have possibly taken that Seer, guys.
And Chris is going to be begging for an untapped land here.
Maybe the Sirac is worse, I guess. Well, Larson's got Cruel Claw's Heist coming up next. But if you're going to play Cruel Claw's Heist, you got to get rid of the Sandman because it can come back from the graveyard. So you're going to have to get rid of that because the Heist exiles.
This is one of those times where you have to say, you know, I might lose this, but I am going to scrap this out.
And play an escape tunnel.
On Tony as possible. Let's see if you can find a land here.
Why though?
Land?
There it is.
All right.
Okay, hit the land up the top. Definitely Cruel Claw. Get rid of the Sandman.
Okay, because Heist exile, so you actually get the Sandman here, and
that's the way to do it. Yeah, the Sirac is not exiled. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't like the way Tony does his stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why does he turn his graveyard sideways?
And that was the window to do it for Larson. So hitting that land very nice, though he did have a play.
The players are very much not chatty anymore after that. I mean, hey, that was that took a lot out of you. Took a lot out of me. I'm just watching the damn game.
Probably wants to wait on the consult the start charts, right? Ooh, but did find Mindform Harmonizer off the top.
Man,
to see, yeah.
Here for Larson.
Well, he wanted to get the consult the star charts here, and is Tony letting it resolve?
Yeah, it resolved. So the question is, do you want to get the star charts for the harmonizer, I guess?
No, just take the harmonizer for sure.
He was going to go for the star charts, but...
No, for sure take the harmonizer.
If you also take the harmonizer, I mean, you're getting very, very close to just being able to analyze the pollen and go fetch another one.
Oh, sure.
Oh, good point from Paul there. Wow.
Consult the star charts here instead, but
good point from Paul, bro.
Have an actual answer if Tony just...
Yeah, it is a big variety. Right. Tony's from Croatia. That's what that flag is. Yeah, definitely variety. Oh, he took the consult? Bro. Maybe you think Larson knew about the analyze the pollen and collecting evidence?
And so far, it would be effective here.
He's going to have to go for a stock
up. Yeah, definitely.
It's not flowing here for Larson, and he needs an answer for the harmonizer at some point.
So once
big variance in the top 8. Competitive Magic is in a good place, but like I was saying earlier, competitive Magic is different from us, you know, the consumers and the rest of the player base.
Superior Spider-Man, yeah. That would be very
Superior Spider-Man's really good, but it needs a blue land to be able to do the double thing to send the harmonizer back. Actually, maybe it's a bad thing to send the harmonizer back, because what if it opens up the door for another combo, right?
A dual land.
Does he have a blue source?
I mean, what's the alternative, though? You have to remove it? It's like, so you either need a removal spell.
Now we'll find out in a second here. It's a little difficult to see from this angle, but...
Yeah.
Well, it was a land.
Okay, I think he took the Superior Spider-Man in a land. Yeah, that's what he did.
All right.
Yep.
Take a bit of a beating
How
here.
much damage? I mean, if you have a fetch land here, that's 16 damage. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Starting town, okay. Swing for 8.
Attack for 8. There's
Can't
an active boss
collect
say, but you want to
evidence.
just keep up Seer here instead. And there's
Yeah,
also
I mean-
so you might just pass.
I mean, Tony's just going to sear the Superior Spider-Man in response.
So Chris has the answer that he
Has
needs.
the answer.
Yeah, okay.
This cannot get spell pierced.
Right, Superior Spider-Man creature.
Blue, blue,
Okay,
black, black.
send
Target
that
the
back.
harmonizer. All right, and
Spell
certainly gonna
pierce.
take it out of the hand here.
Make him discard that.
Yeah, now Tony Portland can collect evidence with Analyze the Pollen and go fetch.
Yeah, and go get another one, yeah.
Midnight Harmonizer.
Actually, what do you think? Do you
Or
think he
Ice Stone
takes the
Sword,
seer
it feels
here
like he just
instead?
wants to kind of develop his board and just get more mana in play.
Maybe, right?
Larson did find another land, it looks like. So this is definitely
Maybe.
a productive turn for him.
Yeah.
Because you got another Deceit.
The only land that doesn't.
Maybe you do
actually
take
have
the
black
seer.
mana.
Didn't do it. Now Tony can collect evidence.
Wait, did he? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he played the Watery Grave last turn, of course.
Okay, so he takes the Harmonizer as it turns
All
out.
right. So now we're going to be analyzing the pollen, and Tony does have a tricky choice here. He can get any creature he wants out of his deck. Do you want to go for Icetail Explorer, get a bunch of lands in play, or are we going for the Harmonizer kill here? Because you do have the Seer to kill the Superior Spider-Man. And Chris Larson's already at 12 life. Now keep in mind, though, Chris Larson has another Deceit in hand.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you got to Seer the Superior Spider-Man for sure. I guess the question is, do you do it now, right? Because it can get taken away, and Tony won't have the mana if he gets, oh, you got a Quantum Riddler, so that was smart. So he'll play the land. See, he's got land, Seer, and then warp the Riddler, right? Draw 2 cards. Dude, Tony, yo. Well, I mean, I think if I was in Tony's situation, I might have seen that as well, because that's actually a pretty clear line, you know? Play the land, play the Seer, warp the Riddler, right? It makes sense, but still, like, come on. Like, it's literally the best thing he could have gotten there.
Is that right?
Making sure to tap his things correctly here.
He had a land there and a...
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so maybe he'll only get the 1 card off the Riddler if that's the case.
Wait, did he play a land already?
Yeah, he's at
19. I don't think so. No, he didn't.
12 still has a few chokes left in him, too.
Yeah. Did Tony play his land for the turn yet?
I think he played the island, but I may be wrong, so we'll find out shortly.
No, I don't think he did. Yeah, there's the land.
Yeah, Chris Larson was on the play, but he did miss a land drop.
Yep, Seer.
So Tony does play that mountain, can use the Seer.
Yep.
I like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
So this is what I thought he was going to do.
Warp the Riddler.
He was going to just try to hard cast.
And then he still has Spell Pierce, guys.
But he's going to warp it and get
draw 2 cards.
I mean, you can just Spell Pierce the stock up, and then Larson can't play anything.
Chris Larson can continue digging.
Because it taps him out.
He found 2 lands, did Portalon.
Okay, yeah, there is...
What else would he Spell Pierce? I mean, oh, he didn't do it. What? He didn't. What if he finds a Bitter Triumph, bro?
All right, stock up again.
Well, I guess if he finds a Bitter Triumph, he can just do it on the next turn anyway, right?
He's going to try to advance his own game plan. So far, this whole game has been about stopping Tony.
Looks like he did find a Bitter Triumph. Oh, he shoot the Sheriff.
Be careful here. He does have Shoot the Sheriff. Might want to just fire that off. Does he know about the Spell Pierce?
Yeah.
Entirely sure. He does. It's face up. Okay. So certainly doesn't want to.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to kill the. You don't need to kill the Riddler because there's no way Tony can draw 2 cards off it. He'll only draw 1.
Yeah, I mean,
so then you can just shoot it on the next turn.
He's going to assume that
shoot it, play Deceit. Oh, he's going to leave up the mana. I was going to Winter Night Stories there, guys.
From Tony.
Oh.
Tony hit a stock up.
Just to play around Spell Pierce entirely, it looks like.
Right. But Tony draws stock up here. All right,
Oh, that's true. I guess Tony could have Spell Pierced the Winter Night Stories in response, right? Yeah, because he still had 1 mana available. Yeah.
Looks like he's going to set up for the stock up here instead. Perhaps look for pieces of the combo. Mindform Harmonizer,
yep.
Full bore.
Got to do it that way. Except Tony, I mean, Larson's got the Deceit.
Full bore.
And a full bore.
I probably getting Icetail plus stock up. It just has plenty of land, so don't need that. Unless you want.
I mean, if Tony plays a creature here, I think you do the full cost for Deceit.
That Soul Guy Lantern as well. Although we're kind of at the point where Chris Larson can just start hard casting all of these threats, right? For the full amount, so perhaps the Soul Guy Lantern isn't quite as effective here. So maybe you want
play Lantern, your opponent just goes cast Deceit.
Right, just play Deceit.
Right, that's tough.
But big decision point here.
Yeah, I think
because of the second Winter Night,
we didn't see what cards they were, right? You didn't put it to the camera.
The Spell Pierce, just so that you can resolve the next one and just not have to worry about playing around it either.
That's what I was thinking too. What Paul just said is that even if because Larson's got 2 Winter Night Stories, so you play it on the last turn, it gets countered, but then you have another one, and then the Spell Pierce is gone. Can also harmonize it, right? If you do a deceit, like,
Took 8 from that harmonizer earlier.
but you have to make sure the deceit stays on the battlefield because it dies as soon as it enters with the evoke.
And no Excruciator Demon in sight here.
Yeah, so far it's just been all hand disruption and card draw.
Yeah, kind of felt more like a control mirror here for this final game.
Yeah, definitely has.
Yeah, I guess if you're Tony, you also go, should I? Is it time to take this full board?
Lantern?
That? Or if it happens,
Lantern and stock up. Interesting choices.
All right, Tony did
What is in the graveyard that Tony's afraid of right now?
And Soul Guide Lantern.
Is that another deceit? There is another deceit. There's another deceit in there.
So neither player particularly putting their own game plan forward in a meaningful way.
Right.
Yeah, the first card in Larson's graveyard is a deceit. Or the, I guess the bottom one.
Pick up the Spell Pierce now.
Yeah, Christopher wrote it down just so he doesn't forget. Spell Pierce kind of wreaking havoc this last turn cycle for Chris. He did not play Winter Night Stories, and he cannot play Shoot the Sheriff if a target were to appear.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
I mean, he does get to just play around it, and if you just get to ignore it for the whole game, then that's a win for Chris.
Tony just stocks up again, I think.
Stories there.
Yeah. Now Tony decides.
Because Spell Pierce isn't going to do nothing.
Stock up here, no taking some damage. You can
Oh, he didn't play a land yet, so now stock up plus plus Lantern.
Yeah, anytime you get to resolve 2 stock ups in a turn, and you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? You basically, by doing that, by taking the stock up like Tony did, you basically just get another card because you have the mana to do it again, right? So. But I'm curious if there is just a better option in there.
A 100% way to deal with deceit, or any of the other.
Was those 2 consults that he took? One of them was definitely a consult. Okay. Oh, the other one's an Ice Till Explorer.
Ice Till Explorer and Consult. So
okay, so now I'll probably play Lantern, get rid of Deceits.
Remember, he also
has
the Riddler.
Oh, and goes for the Lantern here, knowing, hey, Chris Larson knows about the Spell Pierce. Since he's going to play around it anyways.
Absolutely playing around it.
The Lantern here.
Intimidation Tactics. Wow.
That was a pretty good draw. Intimidation Tactics here with the Winter Night Stories. There's also so lots of good options here for Chris Larson. You can make the case that you just cast out Deceit, bounce the Soul Guide Lantern, and see what you're working with.
Oh, you don't do that, Paul. Come on, because then when you replay the Lantern, you get to exile another card.
Possibly even keep up Shoot the Sheriff. Of course, Shoot the Sheriff wouldn't really work because of the Spell Pierce.
Yeah, I think you just lead with the Intimidation Tactics, actually. Because then if there's another card you want to take, you can cast Deceit, and then you still have Winter Night Stories. So looks like Larson's going to lead with Winter Night Stories, though, which is fine too. Ah, Superior Spider-Man. So now you definitely just Intimidation Tactics and Deceit. And then Tony's in a really bad spot because you take the Ice Till and then you take the Consult, and then you have Superior Spider-Man coming up next with the Deceit. Oh, but I forgot about the Lantern.
Explorer in Tony's hand, so he's got to rebuild a little bit, but he does.
Yeah, I forgot about the Lantern.
Consult the star charts in hand with a warped Quantum Riddler.
Well, Tony might get rid of that Lantern. Oh no! Why'd you do that, Larson? Now you lost both Deceits, bro. Just hold up the Shoot the Sheriff, buddy. Make him get rid of that Lantern.
Also interacts very, very well with Quantum Riddler.
Oh,
want to draw multiple cards. If Tony can
that was a mistake, guys. That was a mistake.
And then at some point you can crack the
that was definitely a mistake because for one thing, if you have Tony consult the star charts, he can't kill you next turn. So he might exile the graveyard if he's worried about the Superior Spider-Man. And then you have another Deceit to play with the Spider-Man. You can also do that all on the same turn because he's got 6 lands. Yo, oh my God, bro. Okay, so Riddler's coming out. But Tony's only going to draw 1, right?
Only a 2-for-1? And by the way, it already drew him a card this game.
Right.
Shows you how powerful Quantum Riddler is.
Yeah, that was a mistake from Larson, playing that 4th Deceit with a Lantern in play.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher.
Yeah.
Bitter triumph away the Riddler, and then.
I mean, that's what I said initially, right? That to do that, but then I stopped myself and I was like, oh wait, there's the Lantern. So before I could finish my thought. Like, no, I'll play it on next turn. You already did it.
Sacrifice of the Soul Guy Lantern, right? You're just like, hey, look, I don't really care. Like, I'm just gonna play a 4/4, and it's basically.
So you got to shoot the sheriff for
a reclamation
Riddler, of course.
Because it's like you kind of have to pop in.
Oh, but doesn't Tony have? Yeah, Tony's got mana for Spell Pierce. So then that would slow Larson down a lot.
Right, what does he find?
Because you got to pay 2.
Nope. Or I don't know. Yeah, well,
Just another land. Damn.
All right, so this is a big turn.
Superior Spider-Man. That's not good with a lantern in play. It's not good.
Shoot the sheriff.
I think Tony should exile this graveyard right now.
So now,
Before even casting. Oh,
just go
God.
for the Spider-Man and kind of force the activation of the Soul Guy Lantern.
And that's funny. Portalon maybe wishing he would have used Spell Pierce
Right.
to prevent this play.
Exactly, because he has no other way to disrupt this.
Right. If you make him pay the 2,
Yup.
he would have to
That's what I
you
said.
get 2 benefits if you're Tony. This can't happen, and also you get that Spell Pierce out of your hand. If you were the one who had to
Yep. And then you might be able to draw an extra card off. Oh, no. The ruler dies no matter what. Yeah.
stuck in your
I
hand.
mean, this is huge. Chris Larson has been able to sneak in the
Wait.
the Superior Spider-Man.
No.
Card here?
He did.
Okay.
And he shook his head.
Why,
He doesn't like the
guys?
way he played
Why?
that.
Oh, right.
He
And
found
that's
consult
a
the star
consult
charts,
the
though.
star charts.
Why? Huh?
This is still, I presumably it's on the stack. Oh, and this
And
is
now
gonna,
he's going to actually go for the deceit instead.
yeah, go
Why?
for it. It's gonna take the consult the star chart. So now
Why? Why, guys? Holy crap, why?
This is on nothing.
What?
Stock up, consult the star charts. Something here.
He found my form
He
Harmonizer.
found
Why?
Harmonizer.
I'm
He has
so
no way to
confused,
use
guys.
Beast.
Why would you not exile the
And Chris Larson
graveyard?
has a bitter triumph, so Chris Larson currently looking very good here.
Tony's
Tony
shaking his
Portland has a
head.
lot of
I
mana
think
in
he
play.
realized he screwed
All of
up.
This hand disruption.
Why?
This is like the 5th
Why?
or 6th hand disruption spell that Chris Larson has cast this turn. He's now providing a claw.
Oh,
and has the answer to
dude.
this
And
Harmonizer.
now, even if he plays the Harmonizer, Larson's got the bitter triumph. He's got a Superior Spider-Man again. Enters as a copy of the other deceit. Oh, my God. This is so bad.
Still kicking himself for not casting it there.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind,
Yeah.
this has been a marathon of a match.
I'm so confused, right, Chris? What the hell is going
So
on?
much on the line.
After everything that Tony's done and how well he has played, why?
I mean, these tournaments can be exhausting. I mean, imagine the mental energy that they're expending every single round after round.
Absolutely. Now, if you're Chris Larson, I mean, he's
Dude,
played this game
this
very
is
well.
like-
Looks like he's so far done an excellent job kind of coming back from the...
I don't think so, man. I don't think we missed anything. I think Tony missed something.
that Tony can do. He can still take this one down.
So one thing is that the lantern only exiles an opponent's graveyard. So if Tony exiles Larson's graveyard, Larson makes a copy of Quantum Riddler.
Bossing say?
Yeah.
But that's not as bad as the deceit. Because the deceit takes a card out of your hand. It takes out the card that Tony drew. It took out the Consult the Star Charts. Could have also cast the Consult the Star Charts in response, but...
Play out the My Form Harmonizer. Okay,
doesn't.
just a 2/2.
He wants to try to steal it.
Yeah. And Chris Larson needs to just be absolutely super careful here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't attack if you don't have to. How can you lose this game from this point?
Exactly.
Might Form Harmonizer certainly is one of those cards.
I played this deck for a shit ton of rounds. But 2 of these stays in play, right?
Yes, that is correct. The 2 of them does stay in play because it enters as a copy of the other creatures. So it's not like, you know, it's not like legendary creatures, spider, you know, it doesn't do that anymore. That's only if you don't make it a copy of something. Because it's a copy of that creature. It has that creature's types and everything. So yes, he can cast another one and get the other deceit.
There is no
A lot of
filter.
pressure right now. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Superior Spider-Man.
That is correct.
That Bitter Triumph won't resolve given the Spell Pierce in Tony Portland's hand. What is he going to copy? There's a Quantum Riddler in the graveyard, I believe.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, but that only draws one card.
Instead.
Yeah, grab the deceit.
And that is huge because there's the perhaps main way of victory for Tony.
Yes.
He chose not to play it last turn.
Yeah.
Now it's in the graveyard.
Yeah. Well, it would have just gotten killed from Bitter Triumph anyway.
Finally, Spell Pierce. Yeah, and Christopher says that's fine, and then plays a land so he can keep his removal spell.
Absolutely. All right, Christopher Larson is locked in here.
13.
Chris is now attacking.
He's got the Bitter Triumph here, and he knows Tony's hand. Tony not happy with this draw here.
Tony's hand is Steam Vents plus a card off the top.
Plus the card he drew off the top. Mindform Harmonizer would not get it done. That's a second bossing say here. So this is 2 activations. I mean, Chris Larson.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys, man. This is so disappointing for Tony. I don't understand.
I believe so. Yeah,
like Larson literally made the mistake of putting both deceits into the graveyard. Honestly, as soon as I saw that, if I was Tony, I would have just exiled the graveyard right there at end step. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you got in your hand. Like, just get rid of all of it because there's too many threats down there, and you don't want him to be able to like do something in response to your exile in the graveyard when you have all the deceits gone. I would have just gotten rid of it. And then, like, you know, look, if you like Winter Night Stories into an Excruciator, put the Excruciator, you know, make a copy of it, so be it. It's just. And I cannot stand this card, the Superior Spider-Man. I don't have a problem with Reanimator decks. I do have a problem with this thing, though, because this thing, the fact that it enters as a copy, it just breaks everything. It breaks the Reanimators. Because it enters as a copy and it becomes cast, so you get all the casting effects, you get all the enter effects, all this everything, right? It's ridiculous. Like every other Reanimator card, it just enters. So if you don't have a casting effect, then that doesn't trigger. But
this is rough.
I mean, he's honestly, the last game has left him in this state of like, how could this go wrong? Because, you know, I mean, Tony could top deck, you know, star charts or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely needed to exile the graveyard there, yo-yo. 100%.
But keep in mind, I mean, with 2 bossing say in play, this attacking strategy isn't going to be very good for much longer.
Right. So what he's doing now is he's saying, okay, if you draw stock up or star charts, you get the 2 perfect cards that I can think of. How much mana will you have left over, and can you kill me from
I mean, Mindform Harmonizer with full bore into the Steam Vents, that's 14 damage. Right? You don't even need
it absolutely is.
So if he can piece that together, certainly that would work.
And he is going for it, though. He killed the 4/4 land.
And discarded the Winter Night Stories here.
Larson has to, it's interesting because he has to play this safe and not make the same mistake, but also you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, and that's a land too, so this gets really, really.
They both drew lands.
He's going to force it here. He's like, I have nothing left. I'm going to activate.
You're right, Chris. Isn't that so annoying when they're hovering over all the cards and you can see the outline of it, and it's just like, dude, relax.
You're supposed to win the Pro Tour, not me.
Yeah. So congratulations. I mean, and Tony's cast a bunch of his card draw spells already, right?
Tons
We've seen Consult. There was the double stock up turn.
Yes.
Big
Chris
decision.
is going to activate the Reef is what he's thinking about.
Yeah, and this.
Definitely just activate the Reef and swing, honestly.
Like was in that previous game. If he doesn't attack and plays,
but you don't have to swing with everything. You can leave one creature back.
Come back by just animating a bunch of lands and putting far too many blockers in play.
No, just animate the Reef, attack with one creature, hold the other one back.
But he's going for it. He fires up.
Whoa, okay. Well, is Tony going to steal another one?
Yeah, there's Winter Night Stories in the deck, so you probably just want to target yourself. Whoa.
So hard. No, it's not that hard, dude. Just attack with the Reef and one of them. And then maybe mill yourself. Right? Maybe, because I don't think Tony has a Fabled Passage in the graveyard. Maybe he does.
Draw 2 into the perfect cards. He's going for it. Okay, here we go. 12 damage coming across. That means Tony must block.
Has to block. Tony has 1 draw step here.
And if
amass his combo.
And he needs to find 2 cards, right?
He needs to find star charge or stock up here.
Like, he can't just do it off of one
That's
single
it.
top deck. Does he find a card draw spell?
Soul Guide Lantern. He can draw a card, though. But I think he's going to run out of mana, guys. I think that's it. No, I think that's too much mana. Oh, there's a Fabled Passage. It's on the field.
You have to pay 1 to get the card off of it.
You cycle the Soul Guide Lantern into stock up or consult the star charge.
Can he find something right
card
now?
draw.
He put it down on the table. We don't know. He's counting.
His mana. Is this consult?
No, it's not.
That's it. That's it, man.
Lorwyn Eclipsed.
Doomsday Excruciator, guys. Doomsday Excruciator. I think what Tony was doing was he was just counting how much mana he had to see if he could make enough blockers, and definitely not. So, you know, like Ice Till plus blockers. Oh, jeez. I'm dying.
Incredibly, despite what happened in Game 4, and now
Doomsday Excruciator, man.
Oscar Christensen gives him a big hug and a big lift. Unbelievable. What a final.
GG's. That 4th game, though, with Tony stealing that away, how incredible was that, guys? That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Incredible fight, right?
But yeah, dude, as soon as Tony didn't exile the graveyard with that lantern, it was over. Like, he really screwed up by not doing that.
That was the problem, is that he also thought it was
I still don't understand why he didn't do that.
Imagine
just
the amount of fortitude you need
I don't see any reason to not exile the graveyard, man.
I mean, you can see what he was going through on that last turn. You don't want to overdo it. Right? You don't want to now play scared and say, well, I messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you guys, I would not attack with all 3 creatures, though. I would have just attacked with 2. And maybe not attack with the Reef, right? Because the Reef is Death Touch blocker. So maybe just attack with the 2 Spider-Mans. Right, just attack with the 2 Spider-Mans, leave the Reef back as a blocker. Because then if Tony goes crazy with the combo and stuff and big attack, maybe it tramples over, but you still have the Death Touch blocker. It might kill that creature. So that's what I would have done, I think. Because then you get him for 4, and then you have 2 attackers still. And if the Reef blocks something, that thing dies. And then you still have the 2 attackers, right? I mean, I guess Tony could have potentially still bossing Sade a land, right? Earthbend's a land. I don't know. I still would have only attacked with 2 of them instead of 3.
After that devastating loss in Game 4, absolutely went for it there. Beautifully played, and it looked like he wasn't really rattled at all.
Oh, man. Feels bad for Tony, though, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, I know. Dude, Yo-Yo. He played so good in the control matchup. He played so good in this matchup. Because, look, the first 2 games were kind of duds for the 2 players, right? Tony didn't have green mana, and then the Larson was stuck on 1 land and then stuck on 2 lands. So after that, you know, really, Game 3 went Larson's way because that was the one, remember, that was the one where Tony had like a bit of a slow start with like just a full board, just a seer, and then a whole bunch of card draw and nothing else. But then that 4th game, man, holy crap. And then that was just, oof, man. So it's like I said before, though, guys. I think competitive Magic is in a really good place because we have a big variety of decks that made the top 8 and a big variety of decks in the pool anyway, for the most part, with the exception of all the Badger Moles that didn't make it anyway. Even in the top 16, there's a pretty big variety. But competitive Magic and just I don't want to say casual, but I guess that's what we have to call it, right? It's different. There's different things going on. Like competitive Magic can be healthy, but then casual Magic isn't. And casual Magic can be healthy, and competitive Magic isn't. That's actually something that I think the Command Zone talked about in one of their videos, but it's completely true. Like right now, competitive Magic looks great, but for us, it's still really hard to put good decks together. It's really expensive, and there's so much, there's so many cards being printed all the time, so many sets, so much content coming out, and the decks are just really fast, and they play really unfairly, right? So you need a deck that plays unfairly. And if you just look at like, you look at these cards, guys. You look at Corey Stillcutter, Vivi, Ouroboros, Cavero, Badger Mole Cub, Formidable Speaker. Those are 7 cards that I just listed there, right? Are any of those cards that you're happy to play against? No. You hate playing against all those cards, right? Dude, like you hate playing against all those cards, man. But it's really cool, though, that competitive Magic is in a good place. That was really entertaining. That was really cool. And, you know, look, it's way better than what we had last year, right? That was the best event that we've had, including all of last year, for sure. I mean, Pro Tour Ether Drift was kind of entertaining. That was the one that's Matt Nass won with the Domain Overlords. That one was pretty good, but I didn't really like that Domain Overlords deck. Was really just, God, that was hard to play against with all the Sunfalls and everything and the temporary lockdowns. But that was definitely, I think that was the best event that we've had, including all of last year. So cool, guys. It was fun hanging out with all of you. It was fun talking about the game. I'm gonna probably end the stream here, and I think I'm ready to put out my Dimir mid-range video. You know, I think I've got good commentary and good things to say, especially after watching this Pro Tour and watching the Dimir mid-range decks kind of fall short here. And then, you know, I got those other videos lined up that I'm gonna start putting together. Azorius Flyers, Golgari mid-range, the Plains, and then the, you know, this Excruciator, right? This Excruciator deck that I'm gonna try out. Look at this, man. Like a bunch of college kids. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It was really fun. Good talking to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good day tomorrow, whatever time it is, wherever y'all are at. I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.